There is no they, there's no other. It is all one. Now, in our culture, we've been trained for individual differences to stand out. So you look at each person, immediately it is brighter, dumber, older, younger, richer, poorer, and we make all these dimensional distinctions, put them in categories and treat them that way. And we get so that we only see others as separate from ourselves in the ways in which they're separate. Being with another person and suddenly seeing the ways in which they are like you, not different from you, and experiencing the fact, well, yes, indeed, we are brothers, true sense of that which is essence in you, which is essence in me, is the one. There is no they, there's no other. It is all one.
What's going on? So I'm not watching this Super Bowl, so I thought I'd come on and find somebody to talk to. It's also not watching Super Bowl. Or if you are, I don't know, tell me what the halftime show looks like. So, it's usually got some kind of symbolism in it. Can you hear me, Sharky? Or am I, because it was like, I guess I tested out the sound blaring music, so now it's not picking my voice. I don't know. Trying to create a picture with acrylics. Pages fall apart and fall. That sucks. Acrylic, I don't know. I don't I don't use acrylic. I haven't. Last thing I made was with colored pencils, highlighters. Pencil was always my thing. I just use straight pencil. I've never been much of a painter. You made a video, was that last night? I watched it. I think I thumbs it up. I don't know, you were touching on some good stuff. I totally understand where you were coming from. It's gonna comment, but I was like, I did. I feel like I'm doing too much. I feel like, I mean, I'm not really doing it on my phone, on my computer. I'm just trying to like multitask. So you're not a sports fan, are you, Sharky? I used to, not really football. I got into the basketball a bit. I mean, I was never following every team, every game or anything, but I had my team that I would watch. And I noticed it. The weird. It was like a ritual that was going on. It was and we won the championship. I didn't know what it was like. Years later, I learned about this symbolism. It was like everybody was doing all the fans to do it. How did they get everybody to do it? You see a celebrity, you see monkey do. So if we get one really, really, really famous monkey to do this, then all these other monkeys do it. Because there's gonna be tons of monkeys watching you. So you gotta do this. They're all gonna do it. And I mean literally like if you participated in a ritual in magic, I don't know, spell or like, and you didn't even know it. It's like more people, like, like with the energy, the focus of watching this game. And what is it? What is it for? I mean, if we focus, if we put all our energy into something better, where does all this money? Like, I guess it used to come from the fans, from the game. But I mean, there's nobody there, right? I mean, besides probably like really rich people, is there? I don't even know. I know the games that my dad's watched. Uh, it's like, yeah, there's nobody at the stadium anymore. So I'm like, who's paying for it then? Like, who's paying the players millions of dollars? How much do they get? Fucking like, who knows how much? 30, what is it, 30 something million, probably 33 million? Some shit they make. It's ridiculous though. But the thing is, it's always rigged. That what was it around 2000? It was before I started seeing Mandela effect, or might have been around the same time. Like, what's the name? Who was it? Let's talk about flat Earth and that guy. I don't know, but he was pointing out all these. I mean, it was fake. Like it was like literally planned out. Like he was like, just let this guy score, and then the freaking uh the referees are like all in on it. Oh, I mean, I feel like most of the players are playing, but then like if they're told to do something, they're gonna freaking do it. I mean, they got a contract and they're going to, you know, get their money. I mean, what are you gonna do? Just like not do what the boss that pays you says, and be homeless? I mean, but literally, if all you'd have to do is 1 year, unless you're like, how much money is enough? Literally, I will never make that money in my life in one season. What they do, never. I'll never make that money in my entire life. Can't. Even if I worked freaking full time job making like $20 an hour, that's not gonna equal what you make in like a year. I'll never be a billion. I mean, that's just paying rent. I feel like it's about a big game. Like it's not. We think it's like our game. Oh yeah, this is my game. Watch my players. No, it's their players. It's their game. They're playing on us. But I don't know. Hey, let's just say 9 out of 10. I feel we're going place. Yeah. Yeah, it's a weird reality. It's a weird life. I don't understand most of it. I don't understand any of it actually. Yeah, we are fuck ups. But that's the situation we are put in. I mean, we don't really have. I mean, we can do great things, but it's not going to be recognized by anybody outside of a small circle. Blackwing gray tipped. Yeah. Uh, just saw like they were like ghosts or something. I was just like, I'm not watching this. It's like whatever. I'm just gonna freaking get on YouTube and find somebody to talk to. Is I don't know. Be social right now, and I want to. Oh, what's up with it? It's not even. It, I haven't prepared. I haven't watched. I didn't even know who was playing. I don't care. But just was it today or yesterday? I heard several commercials. It was like the same guy, and they kept bleeping out the word Super Bowl. And somebody else said in a live stream last night that you can't say Super Bowl. You're supposed to say the big game. I was like, what the fuck? Why? And they were like bleeping out Super Bowl in a commercial. I was like, what the fuck? Because why? Does anybody know anything about that? It's crazy. I don't care. Whatever. How do I get I'm looking for it. Oh, there Yeah. So there's only that's one more short. I don't really have much to talk about. Not planned out, at least. I think I'm about to start making a beat. I haven't made any music in a while, and it makes me, I don't know, get get weird. I get kind of depressed, I guess, when I don't listen to music for a while. I don't make things you do. And so, when I was a kid, I used to love drawing. I was actually looking for my birth certificate earlier because I was thinking about what blood type I am. I was watching a show earlier about RH negatives or something, um, blue-eyed people. I was just curious. I was like, I don't know what I am. So I went to look for my birth certificate and could not find it. Well, somebody told me that it says on your birth certificate what you are. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go look. and it's gone. And I guess I threw it away because I remember last time I remember was I needed it for my social security card. I lost my wallet. I lost my social security card and I needed to get a job. So I Hey Sharky.
Oh shit! Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I think I did it wrong.
I
I
can
don't
hear
know.
you.
Sorry, let me
Can
put
you
that
hear me?
down. Yeah, I can hear you fine. My
You're
camera,
really quiet though.
my camera is backwards. Let me see what I
Oh.
do.
Um
Facing back. Maybe I should go
Maybe you
back out
should
and
go
come back in.
to Yeah, just leave and come back. You do it like before you come in. Flip it around. You were pretty quiet though too. Yeah. Did you come back? Chrome again. It's like they started to go into flower. They're like feathers. Dark. But I think they're gonna make it to spring. Just like keep trying to go into flower. If I turn the light on it now, it sucks because I'm a night person, night owl. Still doesn't mean I can see in the dark very well. And I got ambient, but doesn't help. Well, I thought Sharktacon was going to join me, so I've been waiting for him to come back, but I can't see like the little bubble moving like I'm even being heard. I think I'm gonna leave and come back. If I leave and nobody's here,
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're quiet though.
Yeah, you're quiet too. It's weird.
Hmm.
Very weird. I thought it'd be louder.
I got my phone up all the way. Yeah, I'm not seeing that
uh,
bubble move very much.
huh?
I'm not seeing the little like bubble thing move, so I mean, I'm guessing I'm pretty quiet too.
Well,
Yeah,
we might be different freaking, I don't know, just frequencies and stuff like that, or whatever you want to call the earthly
I'm gonna
planes.
put in
Um,
headphones. Hey, need to connect. How do we sound to you? Can you hear us? Hold on, I'm putting in headphones.
yeah, can you hear us?
Dude, it just said my
Wow.
browser is low. Am I better now?
Yeah, you're fucking loud. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I could put on the headphones, and then it said my browser lost connection to my mic, like right when I plugged my headphones in.
Yeah,
I was like,
why
what?
not? Why not? You know, losing connections, making connections, whatever the fuck this fucking thing is we're in
Dude,
is
I
not
don't
what
know.
we're told. So, you know, I mean, it can go all kinds of weird.
It's
Jesus.
fucking gotten weird.
It is very
I had
weird,
to like,
you know.
I had to like do like a 4-step verification to like get into StreamYard today. I don't know if it was because I like cleared my cookies or something, but I don't remember having to do that.
I don't know. I had trouble getting in to talk to you. I mean, it's like, okay, and why doesn't
I
it
had to
just
like,
flip around? You know, I hit the buttons, but there were no button options there to hit the buttons. And I'm like, and finally, the options were there. So I don't know if we're tuning forks, you know, tuning forks basically. It's just a bit funny.
tuning forks?
Yeah, to actually be able to talk to each other.
You know, that is weird, isn't it? It's like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of
You hear
shows
him
have been
in
like
your
that.
ear you hear him in your ear all the time. Or you'll hear
been in a lot of.
pitches.
I've heard some weird things. I was hearing this humming, like I was just laying in my bed and it was like pretty much silent besides like my fish tank going. I heard this like hum and it was like going back and forth to like 2 different notes.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got a guitar tuner and I like started humming what I was hearing into it, and it was going in from I think like D to E, and it was like but it was like really soothing. It was like really, I don't know, it was like captivating. Like I could almost like go to sleep to it, but it was like, I don't know, it's weird. And then I don't know. And then I can't remember what I did. I turned the phone on or something else distracted me. And I don't know. I went to sleep and then I didn't hear it again when I woke up.
Yeah, I had 2 different frequencies, a lower and a higher, going to one ear and the other at the same time the other day, which was never had that happen before. In which they were conflicting. And I've usually it's just one ear, and it'll last for a minute or so, and I'll acknowledge it, you know, I'll listen to it, and then I'll let it go, But I had two different ones at the same time that were extremely um, loud in my head. And it was
They were
like
like,
a wee, I can't even make my voice do it. It's like wee, it's like whoa, and it was like,
yeah,
okay. And I was listening to both of them and trying to make them kind of do like this to where they go into a one, but I couldn't do it. And then they just
that's
left.
weird. Yeah, I've
It was
never.
fucking. I hadn't had that happen before till then. It's usually like one ear here or there, and it's there. I listen to it, I acknowledge it, just like with the angel numbers and stuff like that, or whatever you want to call the numbers that we see. Um,
I just find myself being like, whatever. I keep like trying to figure everything out, and then I never figure anything out. It just keeps
no,
happening. So I'm just
I
like,
know.
I just keep rolling with it,
Yeah,
It's like this weird shit just keeps happening.
yeah. And I think
I
it's
keep. Oh, I have something. A Mandela effect I wanted to talk about. I don't know. I'm gonna
okay.
show it to you. And I mean, I'm like, probably like 90% on this, but
Yeah,
it it doesn't look right to me. I don't think it would look like it. It's a brand, of course. So many of those, and it's emerging. Um, if it's the wrong way to. So did you have to leave to reverse it? No, I can go to settings. I think there it is.
yeah. I'm a novice at all this stuff. I kind of mumble fuck my way through this entire existence. So
All right, I got this water
is
filter.
that a spoon?
Uh, no, it's a water.
Oh,
I
okay,
just
okay.
missed. Hold on. Can you see that logo, Brita?
If I make, I might be able to make it bigger, but just tell me what you. Oh,
It's a Brita water filter. The R, the I, and the T are connected now.
All right, hold on.
I haven't.
I thought it was a fucking Brietta or some shit. Hold on, let me see what.
No, I remember it being Brita, but
This is.
it's like clear, so it's really hard to see.
Brietta.
But I remember.
Man, I used to take charcoal filtered water things, and I would pour the cheapest through them about 4 times, and it would come out tasting just like Grey Goose.
I wish I had the box to get it tasting like Grey Goose.
Grey Goose, yeah, it would be the same thing as Grey Goose. You would take a Walmart Brietta. I thought it was Brietta or some shit. And it has the charcoal filter, so you're supposed to put the water through it. But I would put vodka, the cheapest fucking vodka, through it. Not like flavored vodka, just normal vodka.
I got you. I thought you said you.
And I would like literally fucking pour this shit 4 fucking times. And my cousin come down because I watched the video, and I'm like, they were showing bartenders like, hey, try this. What do you think? Because you're a bartender. And I watched all these bartenders, and 2 out of like 8 realized it was the cheap shit. And the other ones are like, that's $100 vodka. And I'm like, okay, so I'm paying $100 at the time, for this vodka, because I was ignorant. At that one point I had money coming through.
I would never pay that much for vodka.
Man, I wouldn't either, but I did. And, it was just, a time in my life, and it came through. And then, you think you're like living on cloud 9 a bit, but you're not. You're living on fucking the same cloud you was always on. But it helped me to grow.
I've never gotten there.
you know, it helped me to grow, helped me to realize, and totally get out of the materialistic of every fucking thing. But that was my
Yeah.
journey.
Yeah, I've
And
got
it only
friends.
lasted. I mean, it only lasted about fucking 6 fucking months, and it was just a nice thing at the time, and
It is
um,
nice to have money.
it is,
It's,
and it was a refreshing
I
blow
mean,
of wind or something like that. It wasn't like
it's not even the
um,
having the money part, it's the freedom part.
it was
You
the
have,
freedom.
yeah,
I felt I could buy what I wanted to buy when I needed to buy it, and
yeah.
so
Want to go on a vacation?
I
Yeah.
tried that. You know, I bought a fucking. I'll tell you how fucked up this shit is here. You know, I bought a. I was like, well, I've never had this TV. You know, so I buy this fucking TV. It looks like when you play a VCR tape on this motherfucker, you just jump into it, right? Now, guess what happens? I bought my son a rabbit. Tried to make a in-house rabbit. Everybody was like, "You can't make house rabbits," and then all of a sudden, now there's house rabbits. They go in litter boxes and shit, and I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
no. This rabbit like chewed every fucking cord in the house. And this TV was like a fucking $6,000 TV, and it you know, it was like a QLED and shit. A few years back, you know, and it's got this little bitty cord. The rabbit gnawed half the cord. So in the way it's made, it has to connect to this one piece. So this one piece is going, you know, to make the TV work anymore, it's going to, you know, cost about $120, $300 to buy this one fucking cord that goes to this stupid ass fucking TV that I thought was, you know, wow, I need that. I'd really like to have that. But it just all backfires here, you know. So, you know, it lasted about a year. About a year. And, you know, it's a fucking piece of shit just sitting here, like everything else.
Yeah, we think they last. These things
You,
don't.
you know, you can't sell it because you got to buy the part, right? And I don't have the money to buy the part.
The thing with all
try...
this digital technology we have, we think everything is we put it in the cloud or we put it in you know, we put it on the computer. Like, these computers aren't going to last. I mean, I have a hard drive full of stuff, but
Yes.
I just started doing research into it. It's not going to last. I figured like it's going to last forever, but no, they just like what it was, they depolarization or something. It erases itself after like so long, even if it's just sitting there and not being touched.
Nice. So
Yeah.
You know, yeah, it literally erased. Well,
So you would have to, I mean, you'll have to like back everything up. Like, it's crazy. I don't know. And like the servers, like all our information is on somebody else's computer, a big supercomputer. Like all our pictures and stuff is backed up. It's like, I mean, it's nice. But I was like I was saying, I was going. I don't know if you could hear me earlier, but I was listening, doing research about blood types, and I was like, I wonder what kind of blood type I am, because
yeah, I was in there with Algo. I was doing dishes and stuff, so I was kind of out of the chat.
Did you see that?
End. At the very end, yeah, I listened to the whole thing, including before Algo transferred everybody over there, and I subbed the guy. I really liked the guy, and so I was listening, but I was doing a fuckload of dishes, so I wasn't exactly in the chat. I popped in at the beginning, said hey.
He seemed like a cool dude, didn't he?
Yeah, I really like the guy a lot, you know. But I don't know what I am. You know, I'm O positive. I don't think that's the RH negative or whatever RH. I don't know. I mean, I really don't know, and I never got my answer by listening, and I might
Yeah.
have been in a frame of mind where I wasn't hearing the answer to my question. But I thought I looked it up a few years ago because I'd never heard of any RH at all. And
think I
I know
had.
O positive when I was in the Marine Corps was the universal blood. You know, I used to go get blood. I used to get plasma.
Yeah.
Watching Beavis and Butthead and shit. But
Dude, I've
where
got
I
a
was
big
at, O
scar on my
positive.
arm from giving plasma. I wish I had
Oh yeah. They give you a little bit of money, and what we would
a
do
tiny
in
bit
the
of money.
service is, yeah, but you know, it's enough to buy some beer or something. So you know,
Yeah.
you give that shit for about an hour. You know, you're sitting there. I would sit there literally watch Beavis and Butthead for about an hour, and then it's like party's home, motherfuckers, because I ain't got to drink so damn much. You know, so
Oh yeah.
a best, you know, I was helping, I guess, but it was for
You
selfish
guess.
reasons.
That's what they tell us we're doing. That was my whole thing. I was
That's
like,
what they tell us. And who the fuck is the sick ass motherfucker up there drinking the shit that come out of my body?
yeah, that's
You
what
know
I'm
what
wondering.
I'm saying? That's
I mean,
the fucked up about the VA and everything. And every time you go up there, they won't take your motherfucking blood. Well,
I mean,
god dang.
there's
How
like
much blood do you need?
plasma weapons, plasma. I mean, plasma could be used for, I don't know. There's all kinds of things that plasma can be used for, and it's like they just tell us that, oh, we're saving a life or something. And that's what I thought. You know, I was like, okay, well, yeah, I'm doing a good thing for somebody else.
It's a noble thing the way we do it. It's not a noble thing what they do with it.
Yeah. I don't know what they're doing with it.
This entire place is it literally is like a hell. It's everything you knew and you thought was pure is like hey, but you know, I'm sorry, but
it's like it's a pyramid scheme on everything. Like there's because like I know the people that's taking my blood or plasma are making a lot more money than they're given. Or I mean, shoot, people give their blood just without even getting paid. So, but yeah, the plasma thing, I felt weird doing it, but then it was like, okay, well, you know, it's like my only income right now, so I kept doing it, and I regret it, I really do, and I'm like, I don't know.
I know, I do too. You know,
but it's like there's got to be DNA in that.
I regret the outcomes, but I don't regret the intention, I guess. My intention was pure. You know, they were like, give plasma, it helps burn victims. Like, well, Jesus, if I can help a burn victim, you know, but I still had my own selfish reasons, you know, because I was just like, my buddy's like, hey, go get plasma. And I'm like, give plasma? What are you talking about? And he's like, yeah, man. So come on up here. You know, I was in the Marine Corps. And he's like, come on up here. And they hook you up with a thing. You watch a TV monitor, and they take some of your blood, and they, you know, pump this stuff out of your blood and put it back into it. And then about an hour's time, you know, they give you like $25 or something. And then like it really messes you up. So you can go out and get, you know, and drink and have a good time for half the price. And I'm like, shit.
Think about it though. Like they probably get hundreds or probably like 100 or 2 people a day, and they take a liter of it. Think about how much they have stockpiled that. Well, I mean, how many people burn themselves that bad every day? How many people have you known that's ever gotten a plasma transfusion? None, right? You probably nobody. So yeah,
day they are in every center. They're getting hundreds of people, and in just one center
Uh,
a day, and so they're getting hundreds of liters a day of plasma. That stuff is going somewhere. They're
Look,
doing
man,
stuff with that.
there was something I said about 4 years ago. To my friend that she's no longer here, but to oh geez, what's her? I'm having brain farts here severely. And I have memory losses basically. But
Don't you hate that?
yeah. And there was some things in the Marine Corps where. Wait, what was he? What the fuck was he? We were talking plasma
Yeah.
and blood. All right, and then everybody in the Marine Corps, there was a death thing, right? And we all paid into it, a death thing.
The death?
Basically, it was a death thing, like, and it was insurance. If you die, your family will get. If you die in a combat situation, right, your family will get $200,000 fucking dollars. That was
Okay.
like the lowest. All right, the lowest. All right, now this is I'm on track here. All right, and back in 90 fucking 2 to 5, there was a thing. There's a death thing, and so if you died and it had to be in a combat situation, then with this insurance, your family would recuperate for your life. So they would receive like $250,000, and it's like I've never heard of any of all the people that have died in these wars. Right?
Yeah. Never heard anybody
where are the people just going? Even the fucked up ones going, "Wow, man, I hated my son, but thank God he gave me this fucking $250,000 because now I can get my fucking Oreos and my motherfucking Nikes." Where's the weird stories like that? Where's any fucking stories like that? Because it don't exist. It's a fucking made up bullshit, fucked up shit.
Nowadays,
they just, it's all, money's made up and everything you go about it,
yeah,
it's just.
That might pay off a house. That might pay off a house.
That was what I thought when I signed up for this shit. I was like, well, at least if I die, my parents will be set and they can pay off. And they were divorced, but between the two of them, Jesus Christ, Dad lived on a houseboat and Mom lived in the fucking house. And like, okay, so they'll be set. Our death wouldn't be for nothing.
Right.
Basically.
Yeah.
I mean, in monetary terms,
they
would be set. But you don't hear anything about any motherfucker and signing up for this insurance and their families being set. No, man, there'll be a lot of rich motherfuckers around here because, of course, you don't ever pay off anything, and that's, you can, but you still got to pay the taxes. But still, even with that, you don't hear nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, that's
never.
What the bullshit they told us, and I paid money out of my check for that shit.
Sure.
And it's like, where'd that go? I guess it's up in the fucking cloud.
No. Oh man, yeah, I've never heard of that. I mean, it's all about like honor, right? Honor and like you're doing a good thing for your country, for your family, for yourself, and so I don't know, you just kind of it's blind faith. It's blind faith. It's making the government that
everybody,
gives us
that,
money that we work for our God, you know, we're working for them, you know, like they're freaking God or something, like
yeah,
because they give us shelter that we've worked for them, you know, and when it should be a God given right, it should be a right for us to have food, water, and shelter. I mean, that's
it should
God
be
given,
pretty
God given
simple.
thing.
Yeah,
Water,
a
we have to
simple.
pay for it. We have to pay for water. Like,
Mhm.
like really? And you can't collect rainwater in some states.
Yeah, I mean,
Crazy.
yeah, and then they poison the
And not
skies, and
not even
so
clean water. We think it's clean. I mean, it's bleached and fluoridated. And, I mean, it tastes like crap. Like I just bought that
that,
Brita filter because the
yeah,
water tastes so horrible.
yeah,
I was like, I gotta do something. It's not even, and it doesn't even
man,
filter out fluoride.
I,
It doesn't.
I
You have to
I
get a
worked at,
very expensive thing. And anyway, I bought that and was like, I looked at that logo and was like, no, these letters weren't merged. I don't know, and like
man,
that doesn't matter when there's all these like really big things. What is a spelling of a word matter? What is
I'm gonna, tell you some more stuff if
Yeah,
you're
go ahead,
ready.
man. Yeah.
Um, but I told you where I worked before, and I worked at the Pine Bluff Arsenal. No, I'm in Arkansas, and it's a big, well, it's an army thing, but there's not really no army there. Um,
Did you say
it's
arsenal, like where they kept
yeah,
the weapons?
Arsenal. Yeah, yeah, they made or they do make, the chemicals and stuff. They're the ones that there's rooms there where they used to with the old timers there, but when they made LSD, all right, and then it was released upon the public, and this is just one, all right, and so then all the hippies, are into LSD, but the workers there were making it for different means. But people I knew that were very old, and they're like, "Yeah, my dad worked here too." And then they put him in the rubber room because he was on a fucking 4 day fucking trip from fucking who knows where. Because he got a little bit of it on his skin, just a tiny bit on his skin while he was out working on the lines and stuff. So they had these
Yeah.
rubber rooms. Um,
So
but
they
it was
locked him up till it wore off.
red phosphorus, white phosphorus. The shit they use in Vietnam. They just literally people get this shit on their skin, and they would take them to the hospital, and all they could do was basically submerge them. And because it once it hits air, the air activates it. So if you take them out of water, it there were accounts of deer walking through these, and it's a big fucking place. These alligator infested because they brought the alligators in to eat the beavers, but alligators don't like eating beavers. So then you had alligators and fucking beavers. But the deer would walk through and get stuck in the mud, and they would come out the other side, and their fucking legs would catch on fire, and they'd burn up. And then we're out there fishing in this shit, and you're like on a boat when I was a little kid, going, "What the fuck, man?" Like, I'm scared of alligators. I don't want to get eaten by no motherfucking damn alligator. And the alligators here are fucking crazy because they've all mutated this weird ass realm. That they're all. I'm losing my point. But What was my first point?
You're saying you worked at this place that made like chemical, and you were talking about LSD, and that's real interesting to me because I was just watching a video. Was it this morning or yesterday that basically went real deep into that, and I was like, it makes a lot of sense. There was like they gathered these people to make these chemicals, and then
super soldiers.
yeah, and then they distributed, and it's like I don't know. I don't know, man. I just don't know.
It's like in the 80s or whatever. You hear about, the cops didn't want to, you had to have 5 cops for somebody that was on cocaine because they're so hyped up. And if they're in that frame of mind, they're like the Incredible Hulk. So bullets and shit like that don't fucking affect them. Now, what's weird is it should affect them, but this place isn't what we're told. So literally, they're re-healing themselves while they're on those drugs. They've got to be, because you can't take bullets to the heart and shit and keep going. You're a dead motherfucker, but they all of a sudden they've got these super healing abilities, and that's a thing that we don't get here. I think it's I'm going way off in the fucking deep, man. But I think it's a fucking healing ability that we are capable of, but we don't have the access to.
Yeah.
Right? And so I think it's those drugs seem to open up little portals into the fucking human psyche, right?
Yeah.
And you're like Neo, you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
I don't believe in these motherfucking bullets. Boom, 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 boom. I'm dead. And then he's in another matrix, and he's like, no, when he was in the second fucking matrix, he was, he's like, he's got his eyes fucking gouged out, and he can fucking still see. He's like, no. Same thing. Drop dead, you motherfuckers. I don't believe in your fucking bullshit. So
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, if they kind of like, I don't feel like it's necessarily a bad thing, like hallucinogenics, but they do open up something that feels blocked inside of us.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
And it's not necessarily a good thing either, because we could manifest a really bad trip, or I mean, we could open ourselves up to seeing the realm for what it really is. And I don't know, because it could go both ways. Like, like you said, if you could I've done these things, and
yeah, and see, I have not. My experience is just from so normal of a thing. I'm just that fucking weird kind of a.
Well, see, I've done my fair share of drugs, if you want to call them that.
No, I think that's good. I wish my journey's not been that way this time. So
I feel
really
like
I used to though.
I feel like there's I've seen some weird things. I started seeing when I did a couple of trips. I saw a shadow man one time, and I seen it was like a Mandela effect. I had a certain amount of cigarette papers, and I knocked them over, and I had to put them back in the box. And when I put them all back in the box, I had 3 more or than I had before, and I couldn't
Yes.
close the box because
Yes.
it was way too full. I had way too many, and I was like tripping out. I was like talking to my girlfriend. I was like, "How is this possible? Like, I cannot
Well,
fit in anymore. I can't close the box anymore. There's way too many than I should have." And she was just like, whatever, and just brushed me off. I was like, it's not real. This is crazy. And I'm tripping
yeah.
now. I'm tripping, like, literally. And now I'm tripping over this. And so I left the box outside. And when I went to go want to smoke another cigarette, I went outside to get the box. And when I went outside, the 3 were missing again. And like it was back, and I could close the box normally. And I was just like, how that was crazy. Like, and I don't know. I think I told you about like that experience when I was working, and I started seeing all these Mandela effects, and like, I don't know, and just like interactions with people and everything's so weird, man. Like, I don't feel, I don't feel right. I can't trust anybody. Like, friends, I don't know. I've lost my friends that like, I don't know. I'm just like a
Yeah,
totally
I don't know those people. I mean, you know, as
I don't
far as
know.
my life goes, and the ones I just simply don't know them anymore. It's a
I
weird
know. I know they're
fucking
totally
thing.
different.
It's a weird fucking thing.
I mean, I'm
No,
totally
no,
different. So
you know, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, yeah. We are totally different. Um, whatever we are. But
I've always felt different, like my entire life,
um,
and it
mhm,
just seems like the more I go on, I'm like, I want to make friends, you know. I want
yeah,
to, but every person that I had as a friend or I start to make as a friend, I'm like, okay, well, you're not really on my level or I'm not on your level. And I'm like,
when
I
you
wondering,
actually, if you actually throw some shit out at them, they're like, I mean, I had one guy that I went in the Marine Corps with, right? And you know, I grew up with. Well, we slept in the same fucking bed and shit. Um, at his dad's house and stuff like that. He had this fucking crazy water bed that was always so fucking cold, and I hated water beds. My mother
I
had
did too.
one back then, but you know, so you know, I go over his house and it would start off kind of warm, and then it would by the time I wake up, I'm like fucking like shivering, you know, like Jesus.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then his family was weird because he, you know, it's like his mother would come in there, but they were the dad, Glenn, and the wife was divorced, but you know she would just walk into the house, so it was a very odd, weird shit. You know, and then you know, all three of the you know the dad, my friend, and his older brother, you know, running around in their underwear and shit, and you know, my friend, you know, come over to my house and you know, you would say things about my mother, you know, kind of like being hot or something. I'm like, dude, you are not running around in your motherfucking underdrawers. You know, your under was not underdrawers. It was like Superman underwear or some shit. You know, like your underoos. You're not going to run around in my underoos in my house with my mama here. You know, that's fine at your house, and it's fucking weird as fuck. But yeah, I'm losing my point there, but yeah, we get a bit weird. But I kept it all under control, basically.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just,
Because who
I
the
feel like
fuck knows? I mean,
I feel like I'm like I don't know. I'm like sometimes I'm like I'm on like a higher frequency. I feel like I'm like I don't
yeah.
know. I'm different. I don't know if it's higher or low. I mean, it feels to me like it's like more of a lower frequency
That's
because
that's why I
I
say, and I've said it for fucking a few damn years. So there's got to be something to it with me. Not with you, but with me. Um, Somehow I got onto this black wing gray tip thing, and
what's
I'm
that?
like, well, it's an angel that followed. Um, there was a bit of a dumbass and followed, right? And so I've been struck down for fucking years and years and years and years, right? Going through repeated um, lifetimes here,
Yeah,
but had traded the wings for technology, basically, for knowledge. And so in that faction, as many lifetimes as I've been here, I'm finally fucking realizing this shit, and I'm like, okay, but it's like it's not for. I mean, it had to happen. There has to be warriors, right? There has to be people that don't really mind, don't like it, but don't really mind getting dirt under their fingernails in a sort of way. And everything I look about myself is such a pod, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? And this last year, it has ramped up so much that I thought it was weird in 2016. Because I was like Antifa and shit. I'm like, who the fuck is Antifa? And all that shit. And then all of a sudden, it's like this and that and then this and I tuned myself out of the mainstream media for
yeah,
a few years and shit like that. But then it's like your own family members and shit like you're like, huh?
yeah.
And so I don't understand what the fuck is going on. But I think we're here for hire ourselves and stuff like that. We're the ones in the trenches. And this is a trench, and we're all looking around like, well, what do you do? I mean, and it's not raise up the swords. It's wait it out because um, I think it all works out in the end. So it's more of a I don't know, maybe just help along the way through this journey.
I mean, I want to believe that. I want to believe that, like,
And I don't know,
there's.
Crunchy. I really don't know shit. So
I know. I know. I don't know.
I love you,
I
brother.
know we don't know.
All
Yeah,
right, man.
but I just feel like I've had so much like bad stuff happen to me, like since the Mandela effect. Like, I
Yeah,
things
there's
were going good, I guess. I mean, things were okay for me, and
yeah.
then it was like something flipped, and like I started. I don't know. Like
It's it's still
my
going bad for me
my
right
eyes
now.
were my eyes were opened to all the corruption, all the evil in the world, like all the bad. Like I
Yeah.
don't know. I was just kind of like riding the wave. I was like surfing, and then a bigger wave came over and just like swallowed me, and now I'm just like
Yeah,
stuck inside this. I'm stuck inside this like torrent of, and I'm like, I feel like I'm drowning under all the. I mean, I know I hate it. I hate to like sound so negative, but
no, it's okay.
it's like, because people don't want to hear this. People don't want to hear, okay, well, you're depressed and you have mental issues. You're crazy. Okay, your memory's fucking wrong.
What?
Okay, whatever.
That's so fine and nice that they can see that. But then if you look around at the entire world and if they watch the news and they
Yeah.
cannot see that this is one fuck up, jack up, fucking whatever.
It's not.
I mean, it's like, are you serious? What's the thing like? Are you serious or?
I mean,
like
we're all
slogan, or something.
we're all. I mean, most people I think they're just trying to survive. So it's like, okay, yeah, all that craziness is going on out there, but I've got to go to work and I've got to take care of here. So I'm just gonna tune it all out.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna wear my mask and I'm gonna take the vaccine and I'm gonna go along with the program, because if I don't, then the program's gonna take me out. And I guess that's where I feel like I'm at, is like don't want to go along with the program, so I feel like it's kind of attacking me, like
it is. This entire place is attacking us.
I do. I feel like
we were just like the goofuses. We were the goofuses. We were the ones going, you might want to think about this a little bit more. Or, hey, can I show you this? Or, hey, can I show you this? And, I did that shit for years. That's like a damn arsenal, and I was trying to show people.
Yeah.
And now it's like, what are you? The fucking.
I feel like I can't. I can't talk to people that haven't looked at anything anymore. Like, if you haven't looked at it, I don't want to tell you about it. I don't want you to look at it.
And I don't want to tell them about it either. Yeah, same
because
with the fact, it was just too much for them.
It's like that
here.
You know how when you're walking a tightrope and they say don't look down, you just keep walking the tightrope. I feel like I must have looked down at some point and really seen like the danger, or like I was saying, that big wave that was behind me. Like, I looked behind me and saw this huge wave and I freaked out and I lost track of the wave that I was actually riding. So the big wave behind me, it took over. I mean, because I looked at it, like, because I lost track of what I was. I don't know, and now I'm just like trying to ride a bigger wave, and or okay, in the other metaphor, I fell off of the tightrope, and now I'm falling and trying to grab onto something that seems tangible, something that's real that I can like get back on. But every time now that I know that I can fall, that I'm like always aware that it's there, and I can't unsee it. You know, once you see something, you can't unsee it.
Yeah, I don't know, I've got all kinds of issues, I guess, that could
Me
be
too.
medically termed. But
Me too.
I wake up in the night and I'm gasping for breath, and it's not like you're being held by a demon, which has happened. You wake up and I felt like I was literally fucking violated.
Oh yeah,
By
I've
some sort of a
experienced that.
demon in my mouth and shit like that, and
Yeah, I've
some kind of
experienced.
fucked up shit like that. This is more like you wake up gasping in the middle of the night, and I have to calm myself down, because once that happens, I'm like, don't worry, there's no fear, simply breathe. And I simply breathe, and then I go from a waking up of where I'm like total panic attack to a flowing, functional. Then I'll go back to sleep and shit like that, a lot of times. But I know what happens.
Yeah,
I don't believe
I've
in this
experienced
fucking
that.
place. And, did I die? Did another one come in? I don't fucking know. You want to go deeper into the aspects of it all. But I do
It's like
know there's different versions of me, and I know it's happened when I was awake before, and it was fucking a bit horrid, of an experience. Shit,
it's
what's
like
fucking top of my head?
what I've
Um,
experienced, like waking up like that, like kind of almost like anxiety attack. Like it's
mhm.
overwhelming. Like I don't want to be awake. I don't want. I kind of
And I
I
don't
like.
either. Yeah, that's how it is. I'm like, I don't want to come back here.
Yeah, I remember one time I was dreaming and I
It,
was
it,
like talking to somebody. Somebody was like right there in front of me, but I couldn't see him. I couldn't. There was no like no. It wasn't a person, but I could feel it, and I could feel what he was
yeah,
saying to me. You know,
yeah.
I didn't hear the words, but he was saying you have to go back. And I was like,
And
no, I don't want,
does,
no, I don't want to
does
go back. I don't want to back. He was like,
yes.
you have to.
Does,
And
does
I,
it feel like you're fighting to get back into the body that is you?
yeah,
That's kind of
yeah.
what it
I mean,
feels like.
it's like I love the dream state sometimes.
Mm,
It
mm, mm.
feels more real almost than like real life. It's
It
like,
is to me the same way. It's more real than. Yeah, it's just hard to say, but yeah.
it's, I don't know.
And I dream about the weirdest shit. Like I'm at a job, or I'm at a job that some sort of resembles a job I've been in, or it's something. It's not. It's gotten to the point to where there's stressfulness. I can smell, I can taste,
Yeah,
and I can feel in my dreams, which
yeah,
just makes it even more of a like closer to this place.
yeah.
And that's a bit disturbing to me here.
You know
I'm
what I
like,
hate? I mean, I like it, but I hate it is when I wake myself up laughing because I'm
mm-hmm,
having like a good time in my dream, and then
mm-hmm,
I'm laughing so hard that I wake myself up, and I'm like, dang it, I was having so much
yeah,
fun
yeah.
in that dream, and
And
now I'm awake.
so, something that's a bit obscure, that probably nobody wants to talk about, but sex, having sex in dreams is odd.
Yeah.
It's not like here. It's seems to be more of a free flowing, weird, twisted, in the blink of an eye, whatever. But it seems to be more of a sharing, right? Like a sharing of experiences. Um,
Yeah.
and so it's not like sex; it's like a sharing. Um, which God dang, that makes me think of that fucking movie. What was that fucking stupid ass movie with gonna what's his face, the Rambo, and you're like, we're fixing to have sex. He's like, oh, great, but they're not having sex, they're having mind sex. And so mind
Yeah.
sex is a different version of physical sex. So, and it's just a bit of sharings that has pleasure, but it's sharings
Well,
of knowledge and everything else. So it's not just like you're trying to get your nuts off,
yeah.
it's in the dreams. It's just a fucking sharing. I don't know how to fucking say it any
Yeah.
better,
No. Yeah. It's
but it's
well
nothing to
that's the
do with actual. I mean, that is in there because you still would feel that in the dream, but it's
well
something.
that's the great thing about like real love, because you're sharing that
Yeah,
and the physical together. You're like actually connected on a spiritual level with somebody
yes,
else
yes,
and not just the physical. And that's the thing is like most of this world has separated the spiritual from the physical. And so it's like, oh, I can hop on Tinder and go screw this and just connect physically.
yes.
But it's all backwards.
It's totally
The god
backwards.
the god of this world has flipped everything upside down and tried to make it, and he's not going to succeed. I don't think, but it looks really bad where we're at right now.
It
And
looks
this
really bad, man.
it
Really
doesn't
bad.
look. I mean, the state of this world, the contact we have is through cell phones, and I mean, nobody like I don't know, like nobody really connects on that level anymore, and like any I don't know, it's and maybe it's always been like this, man, but when we're just now seeing it. But I've never felt this way. I've never felt at home here. I've never felt like
You ever think like when you're sitting, just like inside yourself, basically. You wake up and you're sitting there and you've got all these thoughts um, running through your head, right? There's all these basically things that just flow through your head, that
yeah,
just flow like a river. And then you'll
yeah,
pick up on one or two of them. I don't know if you ever had, um, and it's never amounted to anything. It's not like the people I talk to have told me we've had these conversations and shit like that. But it's like you'll be listening to something or to somebody, and you'll pick up on it, and then all of a sudden you're in this mind deep conversation with these people about the shit that they were talking about, but you're not even listening to what they're fucking talking about anymore. You just having a mind deep conversation, and then you kind of tune back into whatever the fuck they're talking about, and you feel a bit weird. Like that was
oh,
weird. you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I've always been like that. I've always been
Yep.
able to have like the way I speak. All right, fuck my wife up. The one wife per life that I've got here, right? Was just gone. And so many different versions, gone. But it really used to mess her up, because I would, when I got with her, the I told her I was like, I was working at a tobacco store and shit like that. She, was a Vietnam veteran. It was a fucking total fucking pervert. It was only, here's the weed and here's the drugs and I'll provide this shit if y'all provide these services. And so that's the wife I chose here. And then it's like there's there's things I told her like which got her attention to me. I'm like, well, hey, you're going to Florida, right? Because I was at a tobacco store. It's like, yeah. I'm like, well, just be sure to put your 3 cartons of cigarettes underneath your car seat so nobody can see them, so they don't break into your fucking window and take your smoke.
Yeah.
Something as simple as that, and that led to a marriage. You understand what I'm saying? That fucking shit led to a motherfucking marriage, and 2 lost children, and one that's the brainiac. And I'm like, wow, that one little fucking thing I said, literally led to that, which led to so much others. And I'm losing my point here. I mean, that's a good point, but
I get you,
I
man.
was trying to talk
You
about.
you think I get you, man. You think like I think like this too. I think too fast for me to talk. And then
Yeah.
and then you lose what you're saying, and then you're like, man, and then I can't finish that thought. I can't
Yeah.
verbalize this thought like
Yeah.
in this slow, dense physical realm. I mean,
Yeah.
think if we could like connect on that dream level where like things go so fast and so they flow so seamlessly. Here they're just like it's so slowed down. We can't, and that's why it's like time, I guess, seems so fast for us because it's so
Man,
slow.
it
It's
is.
so dense here that we can't
It is.
we can't finish an action or a thought, and because like it takes one thought to do an action, which would be speaking a word, and by the time we're just I think I don't know, I think we're I don't know, I think
We're
we're
at different levels. Fuck man, I don't even want to bring this up, but it was something I caught, which is the same thing Patty caught. By the time it took a bit, but I was listening to Patty's 4-hour stream earlier today from last night,
yeah
and like Nobleness was on there, and
I caught like half of it.
Yeah, and Rick I love Rick to death. I was actually I was glad to see that those differences had faded a bit, but it's we're all the same, and he's got a weird way of pointing his things out. which is long-winded. And
Yeah.
then I've watched then both those guys talk and have no problems, but sometimes something happened last night, and
Well,
it
they've
was
went at it before.
yeah, they have, but it was just a blindfolded to me, like a difference in time frames. So Rick didn't. I didn't see Rick is actually realizing he was doing and talking the way he was. But then in another time frame, I saw Nobleness as kind of being patient and waiting around, and it was all in the blink of a moment, right?
Yeah.
It's all in the blink of a few seconds, is what
Yeah.
I'm trying to get at, and so it caused problems. And it's odd like that because time is whatever you want to call time, I guess. There's oddities. There's things that pop back up into my reality that were literally destroyed. A while back, I went to with my cabinet. I'm the only one that does dishes, and all of a sudden there's this cup here, and I had one, and then there's this other cup that came back to life, and it's right there in my fucking cabinet, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And I had one of these motherfuckers, and I went from 6 down to 1. Yeah, I got 2. So, I don't know. I mean, what the? How the fuck am I tying all this shit in together? I'm sorry, brother, man. I'm a Cancer. I'm a 7-Eleven. I'm O positive, whatever the fuck I am.
You're fine, man.
I got a weird way of talking and shit like that. So
I get you. I mean, it's hard for me to.
Please, bro, man, don't believe anything I say. But
no, it's hard for me to connect the dots sometimes, but
yeah,
I get to where you get. I understand how you get to where you are, even if I don't.
That's a lot of weird shit to fucking be like tying in together. Honestly, when I think about myself, I'm like, what, Reese? Really, Reese? What the fuck are you talking about here?
Well, see, that's the thing, man. It's
Yes.
even if I don't understand how you tie where they're tied together, I understand how you got there. Like, even if I don't understand what connects what you were talking
Yeah.
about 1 second into the next, I understand why you got there. No. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, I think I was starting to talk about this a bit before, but when of course my ex-wife, the one wife for life here, right? She when I met her, I didn't realize she didn't understand what the fuck I was talking about, right? And so then with her, through her, I realized she really was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And it was because I would hear conversations in my head, and then I would start speaking, and I would just start speaking.
Yeah.
And she would look at me and be like, what are you talking about? But I was already hearing these things play out in my head.
Yeah.
And I would say, just the littlest things, or I would just all of a sudden start talking like we were having a conversation, but she had no clue what the fuck we were talking about. So I just start off and like, well, yeah, I'm a fucker here, this fucking shit, and she's like, I did not realize she did not hear me, even though my mouth wasn't moving.
Yeah. I get you.
And so it's a bit of a telepathic influence with me. I finally realized, I did that all my life, and everybody thought I was weird, but they just thought they literally could hear what I
Thinking.
thought I was saying, but
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't.
You just don't have enough time to actually get it out before it. Yeah, I mean, I understand. It's like the spiritual realm is so fluid, and this place is really dense, yet it is still fluid.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what we've realized is our thoughts are real. Our thoughts are our mind. Our mind is like our soul, and that is real as this world is. People think like our soul and our mind is not anything, and it just disappears when
Yeah.
our body disappears, but it doesn't. We're utilizing our bodies to the best of our ability, although these bodies and this realm is slow. It's slow. It's
very slow. Yeah.
It's not. I mean.
Yeah, it's slow, man. It's like, woo, man.
I imagine heaven is kind of like that dream state where we can connect on like that telepathic level, where we don't have to speak things through our words,
Yeah.
And I think that's where God, if we can make it there, through this lower realm, we can reach a higher one where, I think when we die, we're going to be placed in a place that suits us, that will. I mean, maybe it won't be like the highest heaven, like
yeah.
But maybe it'll be a little bit higher in the next round because it's.
Well, that's what I wonder about this place. It's like with everything I've known, and you can't tell people this, or try to tell my dad or anybody, and the absurdities you see within them. What am I trying to say here? But it is a sort of a purgatory.
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah. And I think back, well, when what's the earliest I can remember probably dying? And then it would have to be when I was a kid. And then you think back and you're like, well, when did this change? And when did you see this change? And that kind of shit. And you're like, well, okay, so, I literally had a fucking piece of machinery that I climbed into with the broom handle, trying to bust up these big fucking 55-gallon plastic drums, and the entire thing fucking blew the fuck up. you know.
I think
And
you told me that before.
yeah, I did, and it really makes you think. It's like, okay, so that to me was totally impossible. The entire thing made no sense. Once I got out,
Hi, Chrissy.
and they told me to clean up the scraps and shit, and I quit. And then once I went to the Arsenal job, there was forklift training and shit like that, and I'm like, I ain't never been on no motherfucker, but I had been on forklifts, and I knew how to fucking. I mean, I was really good at them, and I was still really good at them here, but I had no memory of, until I got retrained, and then I was like, I picked it right back up like it was, nothing.
Yeah.
Which I never told anybody think about that, but that's a weird thing. It's something you think you don't know how to do,
Mhm.
but then you've done it, and so once they tell you,
Yeah.
hey, look, we're gonna send you this training, and you're like, Jesus Christ, I already know this shit, and you're really good at it, and they're like, wow, you never drove the forklift? Like, no, but I
Do you
did.
do you
You
think that's
know,
how like talents like
yeah,
I
yeah. I mean, it's like artwork or anything, I mean, music,
yeah, it's
whatever.
like some people
Fucking
yeah.
shit. There is no music here. And I know you make music, and I'm sorry, buddy, but I haven't listened to all your videos and stuff like that. But I do know you do music and stuff like that, and that's fucking
What do you
awesome
mean
because
what do you mean there's no music here? Is that what you said?
yeah,
What do you mean?
everything is a repeat.
Oh yeah, I understand that, yeah.
You understand that? It's a projection of a
Yeah.
projection of projection, and it's like
Well,
there's I can't
yeah.
find anything. Some things are pretty funny, man, and I really love them. Um,
But that still
and
doesn't mean it's still not worth doing, right?
no,
I
no,
mean
no,
just
no, yeah, no, yeah, yeah. The things like even I've been doing this painting thing and trying to learn or just play. Basically, it's not exactly learning. It's more or less playing. And I used to draw with pencil and paper, and so I would make one picture, and I would not go back and try to do anything with it the next day. Now, what does that mean? Um, to myself, I really wonder what that means. That was that day. I was in that moment. I
mhm.
drew this picture,
Yeah.
and I wanted to complete it before the day's over, and I go back to sleep. And then
Yeah.
I come back, and I'm like, okay, that picture's done. I'm not dealing with it no more. But
Mhm.
here, I've been trying to teach myself to be like, okay, I'm gonna get in a right frame of mind. I'm just gonna fucking let this fucking shit flow with these paints. See what the fuck comes out of it, and I'm just gonna keep working with it from day to day. So remolding the clay and stuff. And I'm not even working. I'm working on a piece of fucking paper that just fell apart earlier. You know what I'm saying? Too much
Is it
paint, too much water base. I got a dryer, hair dryer. I'm
is
drying
it
it
really
out.
is it really hard for you to like say, you get tired or you have to quit and you gotta we gotta get sleep, man. We get tired and we get out of the mode that we're in, that frequency that we're in and we're on. And then like the next day you try to go back to a painting. Do you feel like it's hard to get back in that
That's
level where
that's
it's at?
yes. That's I'll have it on this little stand here on my table. I'll just sit here and look at it all day.
Yeah.
right? And
That's the same way I am with music.
once I start drinking some beer, it takes the picture and it morphs it into different ways, right? And so then I see that, and I'm like, all of a sudden I'm like, okay, I want to try to recreate that into that picture.
Yeah.
And I'll just go from there, and I do, and I'll let it sit the next day, and I'll do the same thing. I'll look at the fucking picture the same, so it's got different levels and different depths, and some of the pictures that I've made, I've tried to show that if you fucking flip the motherfuckers upside down, there's other shit in there,
No, yeah.
but that's. And it's not like I'm trying to do it. It's just what I'm seeing at the time. And then so if you do keep,
See,
I don't know,
I'm
man.
that.
There's just different layers to this fucking
I
place, just like us, you know.
It's art though, man. But do you ever feel like there's something or someone or something else showing you these pictures before you paint them? Like, because I feel like it flows when I'm making music.
Yes.
Sometimes it flows so well. I'm like, there's no possible way I could have pulled that off. There's like no way that I could have like put that together without it being shown to
Yes.
me. You know, like, because I have a bank of thousands and thousands of sounds, and you can turn one knob and it'll sound like something else. Oh, I have this one song. I'm gonna upload it. I mean, it's old, but there's voices in it, and I didn't put voices in it. It's just a synth, but you can literally hear this because the song is about drinking, and the voices in it say, not. No, I'm straight. I'm good. I'm good, dog. And I was like, where did those voices come from? Like,
Yes.
I can hear them.
Exactly.
Other people can hear them too. I'm not crazy. Other people can hear them too. And they're like, no, that's like a person. That's like a voice you put in there. I'm like, no, that was a synthesizer that just that's several synthesizers put together, and it just came out of nowhere, out of.
To me, that's the different realities merging together in a sort of way where you can actually pick it up.
It's really weird.
It's fucking extremely weird.
I've felt like there is like an entities around me that I don't know. I guess I felt like they were angels.
What happened to me a while, actually about 3 years ago, I guess, I started making some videos, and I was just kind of showing how everything flows together. And so I would have music, and I would just show something, and I move back, and then I'd show something else. I'd move back, and kind of do just whatever. But it would, the timing on it would flow, and there is no fucking way I used to be able to do that shit.
Yeah.
There is no way you could just move a bunch of shit around, throw a bunch of shit together, you know, it would and have it flow that way. And then so it was a message, and I used to try to tell people this shit. I'm almost like, try this shit on your own. It's beyond weird. It is beyond. It's weird.
Beyond coincidence.
Just, you know, if you get in the mood, take a song, take a video, and just fucking start doing stuff like this, whatever you're feeling, and flow it around, and then see what the fuck you got at the end. And it's a lot of good shit. It's a lot of good shit. It's a lot of shit that people on their own, well, it's multi-messaging. And it's
Yeah.
not one message, it's a message to you. If you're watching that fucking shit, it's a message straight to you. Ain't got
Yeah.
nothing to do with me. Ain't got nothing to do with fucking anybody else wrote on them fucking things. It's got a fucking mess to do with you. And so that's a very fucking odd thing that nobody talks about.
Yeah, and these things that are
They don't talk about that. It's impossible.
they
It
might
is
talk.
fucking impossible.
Yeah, they might talk about it, but they'll call it a coincidence, right? You know, no, there's no
Yeah.
fucking no such thing about coincidences of all
Yeah.
this random stuff just coming together at the perfect time to make all of these correlations with each other. Like
Yeah.
it's just it's impossible. Like I what was and that's the whole thing. Like I used to hear it's been a while, but I would hear messages in music,
Yeah.
and it would be lyrics of at certain times, like say I'm talking to you about something, and somebody drives by with their car playing music, answering a question that I'm asking, that we're talking about. You know, it would be
Yeah.
too perfect for, like, say, I don't know, what was it? I had this example. What is the song? I should have wrote this down. I started writing down Mandela effect things like this that would happen to me, and I don't know, I fell out of it. I don't even know where that piece of paper's at now.
It doesn't matter. I know what you're talking about.
But yeah, there's so many of them. Like there's so many of them that I need to get back into that diary, or like writing things down. These weird things that start happening.
Man, if that's what you do. You know, there's I've experienced other versions of me that could fucking write motherfucking poetry, and I don't know how to write poetry. And all of a sudden, you know, I put this little thing up on my phone, right?
Well,
like
you do.
A page.
You just don't realize.
I went through writing this shit, right? And you know, I couldn't get past, you know, what's that movie? Pablo Sinatra is a B-rate movie, but basically, you know, he's like, roses are red, violets are blue. You got big tits, I like to suck on them too. You know, that was my level of poetry. You know, and so that's about as best as I could do. And then all of a sudden, I realized there's these different versions of me come to me, trying to take advantage and see what the fuck you can do. Just try something. And I tried poetry, and I was like, it just like wrote out what, like as nothing, right? And I asked my friend Jen Jims, and she was like, you just wrote whatever fucking some sort of a fucking name to it, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know, because I don't know. I just get it. It's there, you know, and it was about the Mandela effect and shit like that.
Oh, haiku, is that the word?
Yeah, haiku. Yeah, haiku. Thank you. Yeah, haiku. Yeah, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I just did this, and it came out like in a matter of minutes. It came out, and
well, that's how things start, man. You know, the very first person.
That's weird.
The very first person that wrote a haiku. You think they said, "I'm going to sit down and write a haiku"? No. It came out, and other people saw it, and they named it something. You know, that means something. I don't even know what that means, but we know. I don't know. I've heard the word, but
yeah.
I mean, that's it. Just comes out of you. That's the
Uh,
thing. Like when you set out to actually like make something, it's more like it doesn't come out as it comes out kind of artificial. Like all these movies, today's movies, they're all fake as they're all copies. Most music today is all copies. It's all
it's
different,
horrid. Yeah.
you know. And I mean, I hate it because I make electronic music, but most of electronic music is pretty fake. I'm not saying all of it is because you can do
No,
original things.
you're putting you're into it.
Yeah, it's what you put into it. It's
You're
just
creating.
it's just harder because it is more. I don't know. It's when you're I don't know, like when you're doing something in the moment. That's the thing. All of my music is like looped. It's very. I've listened to it a million times, like that loop, and I played it, and then I went back and I played something else over it, and I clicked in and I moved things around and I changed it to make it sound as it's not natural, but
Yeah.
and that's the thing about actions, even down to our words and how we say them and our inflections. If we overthink them, it becomes unnatural. If we think too hard about what we want to say,
Oh my God, yes.
it becomes unnatural, and then it doesn't. It's weird. I don't know. I'm done talking. I don't know.
Oh, it's okay, man. I've got a what I tend to do, which I've realized with myself, is
I'm gonna go get a beer.
I please do. I'm gonna get a little bit of wine,
Oh man,
a little glass of wine anyhow. I've got a thing with me. Don't want to get weird or nothing, but I tend to absorb and reflect back whoever I'm talking to. It's not, it's nothing ever like bullshit shit. It's just my own place here.
hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
What is this about? When I left the room, I don't know, my headphones got unplugged. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I was just saying, I've got a thing about me, the way I'm an empath, where I tend to reflect back to the ones that I talk to, but it's nothing ever bad. It's always my own reflections of myself, to try to help. I guess in my own experiences, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think I
That's
know.
probably pretty fucking weird. But
Uh,
the best I could tell, when I got to about 2016, I realized I was an empath, and then I'm like, well, what fucking kind of empath are you? And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, I'm fucking like the Joker. I'm like literally Hayoki, which is Hayoka,
Yeah.
or whatever the fuck they're calling it here, but it's a version that best I can tell, I absorb a lot and I reflect a lot, but when I reflect back, I'm always trying to help, and I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah.
So
None of us do. But
hey, yeah,
hold on, I got a question.
okay.
Because I consider myself an empath as well.
You are an empath.
But do you think everybody is, or is it?
No,
Because
I do not.
because I've always felt different, but at the same time, my entire life I kind of wanted to believe I was like everybody else, and everybody else was like me, but there was just no way for me to prove that everybody else understood or was like me and didn't understand. But I started noticing it way before 2016. I mean,
Yeah.
2016 was we both started seeing Mandela Effect in 2016, right?
When you were around 2016.
Yeah,
As far
when I
as
was
the terminology of it, yes.
when I was a kid, and especially let's see, I was probably 20, yeah, probably like 2018 to no, it was like 21. Hold on. Trying to put this timeline together. And it don't matter. Yeah, it don't matter. But there's been many times, but I have one specific time that I remember. I would be thinking something, and then somebody would say it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, am I thinking it because they're thinking it? Or are they saying it because I'm thinking it? I didn't know which way it was going. Which also kind of led me down a very lonely path where I believed that I was the only. Have you heard of what's it called? There's a word for it where there's no way to prove that nobody else but you exist. I mean, it's like
no, but I can see that.
there's no and everybody else is like pretty much just
everybody
your
else
creation.
is a figment of your creation,
right? And then
only you and your growth, and
yeah, and I went.
You would like align attributes to the ones you knew, but even in this place, it's like the ones I knew. Then the pictures around me and everything in this fucking house is like, what the fuck, man? Because it does not align to the way I was taught.
I didn't.
Helps me, but it hurts me too. It's just like
I didn't think of any of these changes. I didn't think. I think that thought that I had about that was a lie from Satan or whatever. It was a very dark moment for me.
That's one thing. I guess I've been lucky. I don't think of Satan a lot. I don't. I mean, I know and I see. Fuck me, what the fuck they show us here, and it's so dark. But for some reason, I don't ever go to Satan.
Well, I mean, what would you call it?
I think demonic entities that are
evil.
they're probably more fucked up than Satan himself.
Well, Satan is all of it. That's what I think.
Yeah, but
I mean,
but
that's
if
just
Satan,
that's just a word to put on anything. It's like,
it is. It's kind of
Why
like
do-
Loki, I guess. You know, I've been watching Avengers the last few days, and it's like Loki, right? So Loki,
yeah,
if I think of Loki, kind of like Satan. Well, you know, he's got his agendas and he's got his things, but he's still the brother, right?
Yeah.
Of Thor, and so they do have. They're still brothers. They still hug each other. Not they don't exactly hug each other, but they they clash on common ideas. And so that's kind of how I see this place, I guess. What am I trying to say here, Reese? But fuck me. I mean, if God really does not like his own brother, which I call twins, right? It's the good and evil. It was twins. So for one to get rid of the other, it will hurt the other in a way that is so not the way we can understand. So not always here. But there has to be that in the middle. There's all these lines, right, which is rest and all the fighting and stuff and trying and it's supposed to happen to where it can all figure itself out and come back together to make it better, I guess.
I feel like it's like,
but where we're at is a
see,
fucked up total mess
you
right now.
you put the metaphor as brothers. I kind of see it as a feminine and a masculine energy. Like,
yes.
like, I
Yes.
mean, they call them both he's in the Bible,
Yeah.
but whatever. I don't,
Yeah.
that's, I feel more like it's like, I don't know, we call this place Mother Earth, right? You've heard Mother Earth here.
Yeah, Mother Earth,
Right.
Mother
And
Earth,
then
Mother
God,
Earth, yeah.
God was always him,
Yeah.
right? So
HYMN.
I thought of that too. But
Him, HIMHYMN.
yeah,
Hi.
it's
N
they sound the
M
same. What's
HINIM.
homophones, right? Homophones.
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't that right? That's
Yeah,
something
what the fuck is going on here, man? Yeah, exactly.
Something that
Yeah,
sounds the same, but
yeah,
means different things.
and homophone, those are frequencies, right? I mean, a
Yeah.
homophone is
Phonics.
like a trumpet. Phonics, yes, phonics.
It's
So
it means
language is an
one-
art.
It is. And who designed it? Who
I
designed
don't know, man.
this freaking
But-
language that we're trying to use, that we've been told?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, it's like somebody painted something, put us in front of it, and said, "This is all there is." Don't look over at this other painting, because this is all there is. It's just one painting, and it's the greatest thing ever.
It's the
Right?
greatest motherfucking thing ever, dude.
So don't take
look
your eyes
outside
off
your space. You might miss something. You might miss something, and the real missing is like outside the space. Like, oh shit! What did I miss? Oh crap, man! That makes this place make more sense. I just looked outside the fucking.
I mean, I don't know. It's like,
It is absurd.
It's like we're supposed to color inside the lines, right? You know,
hmm
don't color outside the lines, or and
And
it,
that's what they teach you. Do not color outside the lines. What is wrong with coloring outside the lines? You're probably
well,
going to show some kind of sacred geometry as a kid trying to color outside them motherfucking lines. You got a picture of a rabbit there, and you're like, woo, 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 woo. Like, what exactly are you showing? And they're like, that's you. The little
see,
kid will be like, that's you. That's what
see,
the little
that's
girl,
what.
that's my son's half sister did here with this rabbit, and she was like, that's you. And I drew out the rabbit, and she colored in. And I was like, what is that? And she was like, that is you. It's all these fucking colors, man, just going all over this motherfucking rabbit face. And
Yeah,
she's like, that's you. She was just like point blank,
yeah.
like,
She could see it.
you don't see it, kind of a thing. And I'm like, well,
Yeah,
thank
yeah,
you. And I
yeah.
was like, thank you. And I'm put it on my wall. And that girl comes back over here. And I said, I'm going to put it right here. And she's like, where's my picture? And I'm like, it's right there. you know? And she's the one that, saw the crawdads in my tank with the turtle, right? She called the crawdads her family. She would come over and go, how's my family? Now, these are
Oh,
crawdads, right? They're
yeah.
fucking crawdads to us, but these are a version of what she, in her little mind, is remembering how we look like. Crustaceans and shit. And you're like,
Kids are
wow, man.
great, man.
And
They're
there's a
so
whole fact.
they're so unprogrammed at that young age, you know.
They are. They
It's
see beyond,
wonderful.
and
Yeah.
it's if you can pay attention, it's a
That's one of the
lot.
things. Art. We were talking about like coloring
Mm-hmm.
inside the lines and outside. Okay, when I was in art class in like high school, had this teacher like gave us an assignment, and I drew something, and she gave me like a D minus for it, and I was like, I mean, it's art, it's an expression. I mean, how are you gonna freaking grade, somebody else's? I mean, anyways, her basis for it or whatever was that like it wasn't symmetrical, and beauty is in symmetry. And I was just like, get out of here with your, you know, I'm I
Yep.
don't know.
Yep.
And maybe she's right, I guess, because it all does all balance out. This
I was
world does,
I
but
was
it's just how you
always
look at it. If you think it's
that
beautiful or not.
that's
It's
where
beauty's in the eye of the beholder, right?
I was
And
had eagle eyes.
why do they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder, not eyes? You
It's
know,
not the eyes. It's not the
say
eyes of the beholder. It's in the eye.
eye, the eye
Yeah.
of the beholder, just one eye.
Mm.
That's weird. I
What
just
the
thought about
fuck?
that.
I was watching, and I've been playing it for the last 3 days. I just hit play and play and play and play. But Iron Man, what the fuck is this fucking movie anyhow? Where the witch comes in and stuff, and Avengers, the second Avengers.
Did I see that?
You probably did.
I don't remember.
It's not that great of a movie, I don't think. But
I know I saw the first
they
one.
bring this computer thing to life, and it's psychotic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and, Jesus Christ, what's my fucking point? I've been playing for the last 3 days on I just hit play and play and play and play, you know.
Have you seen
This
Lucy?
is over. Lucy was a very interesting movie.
Yeah. Well, there's a whole lot of like
Yeah,
evolution shit in there.
yeah,
Evolution, ballers, a whole lot of programming in it. But
yeah.
yeah.
The closest, I would say, shit, which was a good series, but it did last about 5 seasons. But at least it had a really good ending, kind of a thing. But was as far as the Mandela effect, was the TV series Fringe,
Oh yeah. I used
and
to like that.
so yeah, it which was weird because I collected some things over the years, and I didn't remember collecting them, and then they just kind of appear in my fucking DVDs and shit to watch, and that was one. And then once I watched, realized I had the first season and second season. I went out and found the other seasons on DVD and had to pay a lot more money because they were hard to find at that point. Kind of a thing. It's just weird. But I've watched them quite a bit.
I watched that was it Alien Code a few weeks ago.
Yeah, man. Alien Coat. Yeah, yeah.
That was
And
crazy.
there's another thing. It's a TV series and whatnot that's coming out now, and it's pretty damn funny. Resident Alien.
Oh yeah, my parents been watching that. I haven't.
Yeah,
checked it
yeah.
out.
There's a couple episodes there that's free. You know, I doubt I'll ever see unless they're free. I won't ever see them again. But that was pretty fucking funny. You know, and I was just like in such agreement at the beginning. This fucking thing, right, comes down in the middle of some dude's house. And the first thing he does is smack it upside the head. And then you wonder why it didn't kill your ass. You know, you just smack this fucking thing upside the head. You know, kind of like Will Smith. And he's like, well, that motherfucker's just trying to exercise. This one's just fucking trying to do that. Doesn't matter what they look like. It's like, what are they doing? You know, and so he smacked this motherfucker upside the head. And hell yeah, it kills his fucking ass and shit like that. It's just like comical, man. It's like, no.
Have
with
you ever?
everything we've been through, and with the beings, I've heard them on my roof before, and shit like that. You know, I mean,
Have you?
was making it.
Have you ever seen a UFO?
Yes.
What did they look like?
Well, in about 1994, no, I was in Arkadelphia, so 96. You know, I've seen lights move around up there in the daytime, and I had a witness, my cousin, which turned out to be my total narcissist, lifelong member, basically. And things like that. Yeah, I've seen things move around up there. I've got a friend um, that's um, well, 73. That's been over here, and she remembers me from being on ship. I don't remember that, but she does,
Huh?
and yeah,
Remembers you from being on ship?
yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's how I am. I'm like, wow, okay,
I
you know, but
don't remember that, but maybe you did.
I don't remember that
Yeah.
either. But she, you if she's lying, she's dying, kind of a thing. She's
Yeah.
not. Um, she's a very bright woman, and but yeah, it makes me really wonder, where the holodeck ends and the reality begins.
Yeah.
What the fuck is happening? Because we all know something's happened.
See,
We're all gathering, little pieces and shit like that. And so it helps when we talk to each other. Um,
it's funny you say that. I have no memory of being on a ship, but I have a lot of dreams of being on a ship.
there
Um,
you go.
and when I make music, I envision myself a lot in just being in a ship, blaring some music, and just like, because I feel like I'm flying when I like listen to music.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm
Well, let's,
ascending out of into another place,
Jesus.
or like it's coming from another place.
I forgot I made a video, but I made a video and I watched some. Um, I made a video last night with the Goodbye Milky Way song. I think it was last night. And I hit go so anybody can watch it, but I ended up putting a bunch of different hands on and shit.
I
I was feeling
think
pretty good. I was feeling pretty good. I was just trying to show different fucking ways of whatever the fuck I'm
I
trying to
think I
show. But
think I will watch that maybe.
my friend that moves me on ship, she was um something is she wrote me. She's like, "This is so sad," and I'm like, "Yeah, it is." Oh
What?
shit. And
Why wouldn't you ask her why? I mean, did you think it was sad?
well, yeah, I made it, and it was sad to me when I made it. And
Oh, actually,
and the
yeah.
song is sad. And it shows the alien beings, and they're kind of being shipped off after here, and they're on their own little journeys and stuff like that. And it's like, welcome, but Hal has went fucking red eyed, and good luck, kind of fucking poltergeist shit.
Okay, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's all how you want to interpret it, but
Hmm.
the song is called Goodbye Milky Way, and it's
Oh.
I like the song. Another one of us showed me the song and sent it to me about a couple months ago. And I was just like, oh my god, and kind of hit home in a bit. And then I was drunk last night and made this fucking video and whatever.
Um,
Uh,
I have. There's this. Oh. Hold on. I'm gonna look it up before I start talking about it, cause I don't remember the name of it. Uh. Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember it now. I didn't even have to look it up. I just had to start typing it, and then I remembered it. I, if if you play something on your tablet, will it come through the video?
Oh, I could flip it around.
No, just the sound. It doesn't have to be the
Yeah. YouTube. What do you want to look up?
look up Jupiter 8.
Jupiter 8. That's YouTube.
ET. Yeah, on YouTube.
Is that a song?
Put in Jupiter 8. ET phone home.
8. E. No, not phone 3. Phone E.
I found this song when I found I heard about the Mandela effect of ET not.
It says Jupiter 8 featuring Kitty Woodson, ET phone home.
Yes, that's it.
1982.
Yeah, I heard this song. They sampled it straight from the movie, right?
Yeah.
I found it after I heard about the Mandela effect of ET saying phone home. And
yeah.
When I watched the movie, he says it like evil sounding. He does say phone home, but then he says home phone. Well, he says home phone first, and which none of us remember him saying home phone at all.
Yeah, no, it's just retarded.
But then he says phone home like it doesn't sound like him. But then I found this song, and he says it slow and calm and like peaceful, like I remember E.T. being. He sounds totally different than in the movie. So I think I found residue. I think this is like the only piece of residue, but the lyrics of it speak to me in a very deep way. It says a message in code. Dude, what is that?
A message in code?
Do you hear that?
Wait. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to get the stereo to connect to this. What was you hearing?
I'm hearing voices.
Man, I don't fucking doubt it. I don't doubt it.
I'm hearing like
I don't know what you're hearing, but you know, I'm laying around in this fucking house over the last fucking month.
I'm hearing like
my son was speaking. I'm hearing water driplets out the fucking turtle aquarium and shit, you know. And I'm hearing conversations go on, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I'm just like, whatever, you know.
It was like electronic. It was like
I don't doubt it.
It was like garbled electronic voices.
Sorry. Is it?
Yeah, no, sounds good. Just play it, man.
Just play it? Okay, here it goes. Jesus, 30 seconds. You
Yeah.
hear that? He's gonna
Yeah.
keep going on, man.
Did you like that song?
Yeah.
I
Oh
love
Lord, yeah, I did. Yeah, it was trippy. I love it.
I don't
Yeah.
know why. It makes me feel good.
Motherfucker said E.T. Oh, yeah.
It makes me
We're
feel
not of
good,
this
man.
place. We're not of this place, man. No matter what the fuck is going on, you know.
I think it's a message in code, man. I think it's what the
Yeah.
Mandela effect is. I think it's a message in code that
Mhm.
we are left to decipher for ourselves. And
That's disturbing. You know, honestly,
a little,
you
it's
know,
it's a
I mean,
it's a
if
little
I'm going to decipher myself, I mean, I'm a bit of good and evil, mostly
Yeah.
good, but you know, I have been called the devil before, and that's some fucked up weird shit. You know, with basically superhuman strength. I did some shit, but I was in good shape then. But still,
I
there's
think
some fucking weird ass
you may have gotten possessed by
possessed fucking shit. Yeah, that's what I call
I have to. I've felt it.
it.
And drugs, alcohol
Mhm.
open us up. They open
They
us
do.
up to
They
be
do.
vulnerable for influence. And because I've
Yeah.
gotten in trouble.
Can I ask you something that's on a weird sort of way?
Yeah.
Now, if you take a regular person, right? Which I don't know what the fuck that would be. Let's say, just say myself, right? And I literally went through years of my life I was pure. You know, just like my son is here. He will not drink a Coca-Cola or a Sprite. He's like, no, I'm gonna get addicted, and that's where he's still at right now at ninth grade or whatnot. But when
Yeah, I was
just saying
drinking.
that with myself is they're shit. What was my fucking man? Brilliant fucking point.
Come on, man.
Something about you and yourself, and then you have to. Oh man, you was evil and everything, and it was a brilliant fucking point.
I was talking about getting possessed. What I felt very evil come over me one time when I was drunk.
Yes,
Um,
yes, yeah,
and
and it's just scary when that happens.
I
It's
had
not
to
a
fight
normal.
it.
It's not a normal.
I
It's
really
not.
had to fight it. I had to.
Yeah,
I had to be conscious of it.
I
I
did
thought
too.
I thought it was me in the act that I was committing. And I witnessed myself in the back of my mind, like I wasn't in my body anymore. And then I realized that it wasn't me that was actually controlling my body or thoughts anymore. I was in the back seat, and
Mhm.
it took a lot of my free will to overpower it and stop what
Yes,
I was doing.
yes.
So I understand when you say that you've been called the devil before, because I felt the devil in me, or a demon, or whatever it was that took over my body.
It was the same scenarios. Um, yeah. Um, all of a sudden, I call it trigger, but something happened, and then it wasn't you, and but what you did wasn't you,
Yeah.
and your entire meanings of what you went into the situation of weren't you. And then I've had other experiences where I was in a motherfucking band, and I hated ROTC and all that shit when I was in high school. Then years go. It's not even years. It's like a year and a half goes by once you get out of that fucking shit. Um, and my timelines are all a bit mixed up, but um, go to the Marine Corps, and I'm in the Marine Corps, and they I could never get past recruit Lockhart or what was it Sir recruit Lockhart Sir or some shit like that, and I literally lost my voice. And all these fuckers were around me just yelling, but at one point, I don't even know if it was that point anymore, but I kind of went outside, like a spirit outside of the body. And I was sitting over here watching my body go through their interpretations of what they wanted to hear. And I was out here, right? And then next thing I knew, I was back into that body of me. But I had literally separated myself from the stress,
Mm-hmm.
and I was over here, and then I went back into that fucking body, and then there was a lot of things that just just over training that changed. It was odd, and I call that basically, as best I could tell, fucking out of body experience. Because I wasn't in me, and but I still was controlling the body, but I wasn't in the body. So I was out of harm's way, right? But the stress level was just so bad that I was controlling the body, but I was outside of the body, so they couldn't even fucking touch me.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense, I guess.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And I think that's a gift, I guess, because
Whoa.
that means you're not the body, right?
I lost audio.
Whoop,
I might have to leave and come back. I'll be right back, man.
Okay.
Hey.
Hey, buddy. Can you hear me?
Yep. I'm back. Hey, Preliminal.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Hey, Prelim. Yeah, awesome guy right there.
Yeah. But you were singing earlier. Do you remember?
Yeah, with the out of body thing.
Yeah, something about that.
Well, that's what I wonder about here. In a different way, it's like we're watching. I don't know what the fuck we're watching. It's almost like a few different timelines are. They can't get it right. So you're watching a big mumble fuck, and in some ways it's like, well, here's your president, and in other ways it's like, here's no, this one's going to come back and kind of shit, retaliate or some kind of crap. But
It's
you're
just
still
enough.
watching a big, you watch a big mumble fuck episode of
it's just to keep us engaged.
What line is it anyway? We're yeah, it is. It is so absurd. And my own daddy, is doing the whole three masks and shit. I'm like, you never watch TV, but he's doing it. I'm gonna get the shot now. I'm like, who the fuck are you? Okay, so it's just odd. It's odd, man, and this whole place is like one fuck. If it's never been before, it is like one hijacked dream, and the only ones that can seem to flow through it are the ones that could go through their own dreams before, if even in a little bitty way, and realize, hey, this is a dream. And whatever you want to do in that dream, then you kind of take hold of that dream. But it's some fucked up shit here. I don't know.
If it's a collective dream, then we're collectively allowing it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I don't know if it is or not. I don't know if it's personal. Everybody has their own personal bubble, or if it's a collective bubble. I'm not real sure about that, but
I'm not either.
I do believe there is power in manifestation, in thoughts and actions on those thoughts.
That's the thing. It's like, what the fuck would we actually? I don't think. I mean, you have to know what you're looking for, and I
Yeah.
don't think we exactly know what we're looking for, and so
Yeah.
you can't have a collective of just, hey, I want it all to be love and light, right?
Yeah.
Love and light's great, but you would have to have darkness there too. So it's like, but where's the limit? And so you can't exactly.
Well, do we have
I mean,
to
I
have?
don't know where the fuck I'm at. You know, I kind of wind back up into. Well, yeah, but you
mean-
don't want like one power to be over another power, so you know you would want it to be equal. Like what I wrote on Jimmy, was his name Jimmy? His name was a teeter totter. I wrote something about teeter totter, and you know I never really realized how you know you get on a teeter totter as a kid. And you got some fat fuck over on the other side. And I was a skinny kid, you know. But, you know, you get, you know, different kids on there and you're trying to bounce up and down. But the only way you could actually balance was if you walk on that motherfucker yourself, put one leg on the side of the plank and do that. And then you're balanced. And it's without anybody else. It's your balance.
Yeah.
It's not got to include any fucking thing other than, hey, I'm a kid. I can make this stupid ass plank work, and I'm in the middle. And so you can see both sides when you're in the middle, right? You're not one side. If you start layering to one side, good or bad, you will teeter.
Mhm.
You're a teeter fucking totter.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. I'm going off on craziness here, but
No, you're fine. What you said about the you said you gotta have darkness, and I was thinking. I mean, do we don't
yeah,
There
but
doesn't
not that
have to be,
amount of
does there?
darkness. I mean, darkness is great, but you know, darkness in
Well,
darkness. You know, we all like it. We like watching the scary movies and stuff like that, right? But that's it's a part of us that is primitive. So, but we don't want to see that shit flow out into our real lives. You know,
Yeah.
you get kind of addicted, but you know, it's a part of you. You know, and we all know what we're capable of. You know, I
Yeah.
don't care what you are. You know, you will
There
fight.
is
There is
isn't.
darkness in you that you will literally, if you're in a situation, there is no telling what the fuck you do. You know, it's like my cat, right? My kitty cat today, and one comes in, the skinniest one, and he's like, you know, and I'm petting the other one, and I'm like, oh shit. So you know, I put the other one outside, and but it was still up in arms, and then this one comes over here, goes to sleep. The other one's outside for about 30 minutes. I let it back in. It's on top of my car. It comes back in. Nothing happens. Nothing fucking happens. The entire fucking, you know, is gone. And so it's finding a balance between, and cats are spiritual, so they're seeing the demons and shit, right? And so whatever those kitty cats are seeing are different demonics.
Yeah.
When they go doing that shit, and they're the most cuddliest things, but they will claw your motherfucking eyes out. You try to separate two cats fighting, man,
Yeah. Or
that's not
dogs.
going to go good for our human forms. You know, you can't just grab a cat and go, bad, bad, bad. No. You try to slap a cat that's in the middle of a fucking fight and see what happens to your ass.
So I was
And
thinking about this the other day. I was
Mhm.
thinking about cats, and my cat will kill a mouse, yet it will be nice to me.
yes,
And so I mean, it doesn't need to eat the mouse. It's not
Mm-mm.
hungry, you know? So it's got that animalistic instinct in it to chase and to kill. And we have that in us, and but we don't need to eat, right? We have food from the grocery store. We don't kill our we don't kill what we eat. You know, it's like
no.
somebody a machine does it, you know, and grinds it up, and or somebody else does, you know. And
But that's the
so
thing. Something, you know, if you really think about it, what? Fuck, man, this is gonna go fucking weird. But what is food? You know, when we were little, right? If we sucked off the tit, that was food. That was your entire existence was sucking off of a tit, right? All right. So no, if you're not on the tit, you were you know, with
on a
the
bottle.
formula, the fucking formula, right? And I'm just going with this, right? So don't think I'm fucking, you know, I'm just fucking going with this, right? But it's called fucking formula,
Yeah.
and so you get this powder, you know, that's like a substitute, right? But you were supposed to be sucking off the tit, and that would give you everything you needed in this realm before they give you all the shots and that shit like that. So you know you were growing. You know, if you volunteer to come down here, you're like, "Woo, this sounds great." You know, I'm going to come down here, and you're like, "Ah, what that's not even milk. What you give me formula and and you just kind of go from there with the shots. And what the fuck is my point? Jeez, we were talking about cats.
Um.
I'm sorry, man. You know, my mind goes all over the place, but
Yeah. No, I get it.
um,
Just
uh,
trace your steps back if you need to.
it's such a fucking delusion.
Yeah.
There was nothing wrong with us. You know, you know, I really wonder of a lot of us, with the Mandela effect, right? Remember lead-based paint, right?
Yes.
You know, everything was lead-based paint.
Yeah.
I can remember as a kid gnawing on my bedpost, gnawing on that shit. And it wasn't because my teeth hurt. It was just like I was naturally inclined to gnaw on it. And I'm thinking, well, okay, so did the lead from the lead-based paint back, you know, in my
Nah.
younger kid, help me to not be a part of the frequencies that are going on here because
Oh.
I've ingested that lead, right? I mean, it's just a weird thought, but it does
Yeah.
make me wonder.
Dude,
Just a common thing that a lot of us kids would do, and
I've been
nobody
ingested.
gave a shit.
I've ingested so many chemicals.
Nobody
We all
gave
have.
a shit. I know.
I mean,
Yeah, it's like
I think it is all part of a plan to dumb us down, to make us. I I don't. But then again, yeah, okay. It's just like, what is real? Like you said, food.
yes.
I mean, do we? I w- my
That's what we
entire
were taught.
my
We were
entire
told.
34 years of life, I did not stop sucking on that bottle or tit or whatever it
Hmm.
was. I've always been grabbing for it
Hmm.
my entire life. It changed from a tit to a bottle to water to for
Yes.
food.
Yes.
So okay, I have okay, just last 3 months ago, I fasted for 4 days. I wasn't hungry.
Oh wow, good for you. Yeah, I can't do that. I've not been able to do that. I'm sorry. It's
I
not a
wasn't
can't.
hungry.
I've not. I've never done.
See, yeah, you said right there. I can't. I can't
Yeah,
do
I
that.
know I can't, and
And
it's
I had my will. I used my free will to just no. I still had water though, and that's
mhm,
what I
mhm,
was sucking on was
mhm,
water. Although it was tap water, because I'm broke. But next time I do it, I want to. That's why I got that Brita water filter. I'm gonna at least have filtered water. Um, and I'm gonna go longer because I wasn't even hungry. After 4 days, I mean, I wasn't hungry, and it
man,
was
yeah,
it was the that thing in you that says I can't. That's what made
yeah,
me eat. That was the thing that made me say it wasn't a can't, it was an I want. It was I feel like I need, but I don't know that I need. I
yeah.
uh
Just don't think I can.
maybe
I've not
if
been able.
I don't know, water though. I did feel like I needed water. So,
No, the
but
only thing I can come close to that with is, like say when I was in the Marine Corps, and there were times, in training, just in training, um, that yeah, I did not accept my body basically. Um, I was kind of operating outside of that, so um, in that form, I was more machine, I guess,
yeah,
and that's not like the way I like to think about it, but I was,
yeah,
you know.
we all
So,
are. I mean,
um, it's but yeah, these
that's how we're built to. We're programmed that way. I mean,
yeah,
we're bio machines.
that's what I don't get with the whole John Wick thing, and the main thing was I went back and watched them a couple of days ago, I got part 1 and 2. But they were talking about being a ghost and talking about him, killing 3 people, whatever, with the fucking pencil. But what's sad is that's basically the way I was taught. Not that I've ever done it or anything, but it was a thing that was shown to us in a way that was not human, basically. But everything I can figure out about going through and the fucking weird shit about this place, I don't know.
I've never seen John Wick. I couldn't put a reference.
That's cool, man. Yeah, it's
Something
there's some disturbing stuff in those movies, and but yeah, they can kind of be referenced back in a lot of ways to the Matrix movies and stuff, and just however the hell you want to try to figure it out.
Yeah, there's something about Keanu Reeves that
Fuck yeah, man.
he's like I don't know, he almost seems too real. I mean, too I don't know. It's almost like he's he knows something or he's doing something to be where he's at. He doesn't look like he's aged since.
That's a lot right there. Even Samuel Jackson. I watched. There was a really good movie back in the 80s. Samuel Jackson in it, and he's like, put the keys on the shelf, take my hat off here. He would have his little rhymes and shit. But it was about a movie where a girl, Jesus Christ, what the fuck is that video? I got it out there in a couple times in my DVDs. But that dude, again, someone, you're talking 20 fucking years and they look the same. And it's not because he has no hair on his head, right? The wrinkles aren't there.
Yeah.
There's it's off. And there's quite a few of those people out there like that. It's like a witch's spell or something.
Yeah.
Something going on. And then you hear about all the baby blood and this and that. It's disgusting.
Yeah, man. I don't know what to think about all that shit.
I don't like thinking about it either, but it makes you do. It does make you.
Makes you wonder. Yeah. It really does.
Sure does, because
and
when you realize that you were a teenager, right, watching Bruce Willis or anybody else in the 80s, and now you look like me with hair all over your fucking everywhere.
Yeah, and they look the same.
Totally gave up on what the fuck you look like. And these motherfuckers look younger than you.
Yeah.
You're like, teenage idol, what the fuck? And where's my grandpa idol? There's no grandpa idols here. These motherfuckers still look a lot like they did. And then you look in the mirror and you're like, something is fucking different here. One of these things is not like the other, you know.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
it's
it,
true.
and it makes you question, you know.
You know who totally looks totally off to me? I don't know
Hmm.
if they just found a doppelganger, and but his voice sounds the same. He kind of looks the same, but Dave Chappelle, when he came back,
Chappelle, yes,
I was like, that's not him.
he was.
I
Wasn't he like Randy Quaid running away at one
yeah,
point,
yeah,
and
he
like
left.
these motherfuckers are trying to kill my ass, and then all of a
Yep.
sudden he's back.
Yep, he was speaking out of about them. He said they were trying to put me in a dress and all this, and I'm not doing it. I'm not taking your
Yep,
$5 million deal for another season of my show because I'm
that's
not
what.
doing what you're telling me to do. And then he disappeared for 10 years, and then
Yep,
all of a sudden he's just back, and now he's wearing a dress, and now he's not funny anymore, and he doesn't look doesn't he's doing all the symbolism and
yeah,
it,
man.
it's
I
like
know.
what
I
did it take that long? Is it a clone that's just like same thing with like
well,
I don't
there's,
know
there's,
Eminem.
there's,
I mean he
yeah,
I don't know, you want to say okay, well he just got older, they got older, okay, well
that's what.
then what about all the other celebrities that freaking like look exactly the same and didn't get older that fast? I mean his head is shaped differently. He's a different person. I swear.
Yep,
I don't know. I don't know
yeah,
if they just pulled another one of him out of the freaking Matrix or where they got him, but it's not
man.
him.
I don't know.
I swear.
Yeah, I
uh,
saw that too with
but
that dude. It's just it's odd, you know. You don't
I
go
think I
running
lost
from.
audio again, man. I have to leave and come back.
Oh, okay. Can't see chat, so I'm sorry.
Hey,
Hey,
I'm back.
just go. Yeah, I probably can't be on here too much longer because James, my son is gonna have to get up um in the morning.
Yeah.
What fucking time is it here? It's not that late. It's just
Is he going to school?
oh, it's 1123. Well, that makes sense to me. But yeah, he is this time around. You know, he's in a band, so they got all this kind of weird shit. You know, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Um,
Yeah.
it wasn't
See,
that healthy to keep him in his room for fucking 8 months.
yeah, yeah.
And it's not
That
that healthy to keep him, at the school and all the
well,
weird rules. And so, you just gotta,
the social interaction is important.
man, it is totally important.
Um,
And it's
but I don't know. But I can't. My son's doing the computer thing, and I mean he's not doing as well. And I mean I want him to.
exactly that's what
To
happened to James. He didn't do as well. Now he's doing fucking great. And it's like,
so I'm like, I don't want him to have to wear a muzzle all day, but uh, I,
it's,
you know, I guess
I
it
don't
is what
know.
it is. I mean,
Everybody around basically the only ones not doing it are us. My son sees it in a different way, and I'm just like, wow. But when I take into the Mandela effect and the body changes, man, I don't know.
Does
You know,
he
but
shut that stuff out? Like,
yes, yeah. He used to be right there with me a bit. When I first started my channel for the first couple of years, he would tell me some stuff. And he thought it was cool. He would always tell me how many, subscribers I had or something like that, which I don't keep a track of. It's all just a bunch of bullshit.
yeah, I'm gonna turn
Um,
mine off.
but yeah, he would kind of keep into that. But the last few years, he hasn't mentioned really anything about my channel.
Well, I mean, he sounds like a good kid.
Yeah,
You said
yeah,
he was worried about getting addicted to Coca-Cola.
yeah. But he's wearing his mask like there's no other option, and
Yeah.
so it's
Well,
it's just,
man,
I mean, what the fuck, it's like
if
they
your
even
kid won't,
fucking said
if
that
you're,
on a video, man. It's like
you
every
gotta,
fucking thing we knew is obsolete here. It is
you gotta,
totally obsolete. You can't say, well, don't have sex with that girl, because the daddy's gonna come and fucking pound your ass. You can't even do that. You can't say anything about anybody, um, even in a comical way. It, it, that's not my point, but it's it's unheaded territory basically. So everything that I could tell my son and try to show my son is basically gone.
yeah,
And there's not enough time to try to show how to plant seeds, grow your own crops, all the shit I grew up with my great grandma and grandpa and stuff like that, watching
yeah,
them with the garden. I thought, oh, y'all are full of shit, back then. And, it was like, let's watch MTV and all this shit. And not realizing those were really key moments in my life. But those key moments, my son will never have.
yeah,
Even those key moments of knowing and wondering and thinking, your grandma and grandpa are full of shit. Those aren't even there. So
mm,
it's like you're what, and there's no way of fucking what do you eat? I mean, it's so sad. It's down to that. When when the choices are all gone, man, and you're left trying to decide, what do you eat, and there's nothing. There's nothing that you know how to cook. Um, that's where we're at.
uh,
Dude, it's all gone. It's obsolete, and then that's where they're going in, pushing into the computerized, you know, whatever video game, artificial intelligence, the high mind, which we say in, the alien grades and stuff that I do believe on Merkava carpet or whatnot, like that they went to a point to where they can't fucking reproduce, and they're coming back through their technology trying to figure out a little bit of somehow to change and make a different strand so we could simply exist here. Honestly, who the fuck wants to exist here?
Uh,
That's the worst part about it. It's like, wow, man, yeah, woo!
I mean, the only reason
This place is great. You know, I mean, no, it's not.
only reason I stay is because partly out of fear of the unknown,
Exactly. Me too.
and
Me
the
too.
other part is to try to do my best to love the ones that love me,
Yeah.
and try to make a better place for them.
Hmm?
But I feel like I fail. I fail
Boy, man, me too. I know.
at
Same way.
that a lot.
Same way. The only ones we seem to help are the ones that are like us. And everybody else, we can't. You know, even your own family, you just can't. No matter what the fucking craziest shit you can tell them.
No.
And they used to agree with you years ago. It's like they changed, and then all of a sudden they're like, no. And you're like, what do you mean no? And you're like, no, all that up in the air with the skies and stuff is evaporation or some shit.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, I talked to you for about 3 fucking years on this shit, from like fucking 2008 to 2011 or whatever. You know, I mean, it's just like, huh? And
I mean, if they're happy being
yeah, I mean, exactly.
ignorant, if they're happy where they're at, I mean, it's their journey, you know. I'm not,
It's their journey.
you know, if God wants to show them, I'm sure God will show them things. You know, I don't feel like that's my job. I feel
Not
like I
mine
have
either.
other things to try to take care of, but
Yeah.
even then I tend to try to I just I don't do much. I try to stay out of.
Man, I know. I'm a hermit.
I know. I feel like if I don't get involved, if I don't get involved in other people's lives, I can't fuck it up. So I'm not even really gonna try. It's like
I know. I
uh,
know. It's the land of the lost. You know,
you know,
in so
yeah.
many more ways than that. It's like even light get lost here, and we're like, Jesus, I don't know what the fuck. Where do I even begin? You know, you try to begin, and you just get. Then after all the years, you just like, oh my god, you know. And then the shit we see now is just like totally beyond comprehension. And you're just like, wow, what the fuck literally happened to common sense? There used to be a thing called common sense, and my mother would teach me that, like, well, if your friend's gonna jump off a motherfucking bridge, do you follow them? And you're like, no. But here, no, they all follow each other off the bridge. It's
Well,
like
see, it
it's
used to be
such a fucked up,
it,
weird,
it
and they
used to
think it's
be
heroic. You know,
it,
they make it out like it's heroic, and I don't understand.
all right. Back in the day, if you wanted to learn something, you would have to go to the library.
Hmm.
And now we just Google it and we take it as fact.
Yes.
But
Yep.
but if reality is changing and can be changed by whatever's changing it, then oh, is there a difference than looking in a book and looking online? Because maybe
No.
the book could be changed, you know?
Well, the books do change from the Mandela
Yeah,
effect. We've seen that.
I
Pictures
know.
of your own past history will change, and so
I just,
you're kind of it's a limbo land of some sort.
I was,
Not exactly sure
I was telling my
what it
dad,
is, and it's like it's a life, but it's like, wow, man, what kind of a life is this? And and then if it's my darkest demons projecting this onto me, um, why can't I vanquish them so I'll see more of the light? It's like, but if there's fucking realities where I did do that, well then I'm happy go lucky there, right? But here, um, it's it's just me, and you're
man,
in the darkest depths
I
of.
lost audio again.
Sorry. Hey, bud.
Hey, sorry, man.
No, it's okay, man. I was kind of going a bit dark there. Um,
I'm on your level, man. I see this. I see this ridiculous charade of a
it's
life that's going on, man. I hear you, man.
and nobody can see it. It's just
I
like, I
I
mean,
totally I totally understand you, man. We don't even
you,
have to try to put it in words anymore.
well, yeah. And you remember when when stupid, if you were talk to your buddy right now, and you would call him TUPID. You wouldn't call him stupid. You'd call him tupid. Are you tupid? Like, this whole fucking place is stupid. Oh my god! It's like, are you serious? They are. They are.
I mean,
And
I understand. I don't want to
fuck
think about
me,
it.
man.
I don't
It's
want to think about
horrible,
it.
man. It is.
I
It
don't
is.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to think about it, but I do. And it's I don't
You know
know.
what's what's nice, I guess, is we will, no matter what happens, right? No matter what happens, I'm at the end of my life. Something happens, right? We're all cut off from each other. And then at the very last moment, I'm thinking about you. And I'm like, I remember talking to Crunchy B. And then the light goes off. Oh my God, because we're kind of getting to that point. It's just like, well, the last thing I got to think about is you, my brother. That's awesome. You know, give me a
Yeah,
little
man.
bit of light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm fine, man. That's all
Yeah.
I need. I don't need
I,
all this fucking darkness and shit. I'm not gonna be thinking about the fucking motherfucking Kardashians or what the last NASCAR race was. I'll be thinking about my friend Crunchy B,
right.
or
Yeah,
my
man.
friend Patty, or my friend this, and where I'll go. or somebody. I'll be thinking about that when I transfer,
I
and
really, I really do appreciate.
that's gold, man. It's gold, and it's not gold like gold, but it's gold. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah. I appreciate you coming on here and talking to me tonight, man. I
Mm,
appreciate so many people out there, and I can feel when people are real. Like you're
yeah.
a real person, man. And some people, I mean, even in this community, you gotta. It's hard to tell them
It,
apart
it
because
is.
they'll act like one of us,
I
and
know. Yeah, there's a lot of chameleons.
it's the people that are so sure about everything that they know this they know this is this way because this that's those are the ones that, like, I don't know, they rub me the
Yeah,
wrong way, because I'm like, there's no way the secrets of the universe, the secrets of
exactly,
everything here. You're not.
exactly.
If you're a real person, you don't know shit, and just fucking admit that you don't know shit, and you're never gonna know shit until
Mhm.
maybe you die. But
Yeah,
we can try to be the best people that we can be for each
yeah.
other.
With all our faults too, you know.
Yeah, and understand each other's faults, and uh
Mhm.
don't take your truth as the truth. Don't project that,
And it is not, you
you
know.
know because
But
that's
mm, that's
subjective.
one really good thing the Mandela effect showed me was like the things I knew, and went back with all my what I call woulda coulda probably to the test, and I can see where things change, little things that I didn't recognize, but I can see them back then, and um best I can tell, this entire journey I have been on has been one big mind mumble fuck whatever, hijack um is the best I can put it.
Yeah.
But I think something happened in different timelines where I was observing, and we were brought forth, and then the technology tried to recreate us in this place. And so you're looking around going, no, man, that ain't right. No, man, that ain't right. And you're thinking to yourself and how you feel as you used to feel, and you're thinking like, wow, I don't even feel fucking right. Um,
Yeah.
so that I mean, I don't know. It can go so many different directions. What they're looking for, or if we're looking for, inside ourselves, and but one thing does stand clear, and this is what is so absurd, is like any fucking body with a being in them can look around at this motherfucking last damn entire year, says 2020, and go, the entire world does not shut down, but it did.
Yeah.
And you're like, regardless of whatever, that's
There's
for a reason. And
there's
it's
there's a few countries out there that haven't followed suit. You know,
yes.
um, what was that country in Africa, um, that was testing fruit and getting positives testing birds and
Yeah.
getting positives, you know, like they were like, this is
Yeah,
bullshit. So
exactly.
it's and that one country was not part of the UN or whatever this whole the like Antarctic Treaty, all of that, you know, all those countries that are at war, they don't come together and say, oh, well, yeah, no, this place is fine. All of our people can go to this place except, like, you know, citizens.
Hmm.
And, you know, because they're all one big entity, you
Yeah.
know, and they given us the illusion of separatism
I'm
and
gonna tell you what I feel about this place, right? I was over in Europe and had medical things going on, and I was over there in '95. I saw the New Year wrap around. Now, when I was over there, I was 18 fucking hours away. 18 hours away from um, my parents reaching the new year. 18. Um, it's a bigger earth. And just got some losing point again. Um, I'm sorry, man. I've had too many beers. I'm losing my point here every time I turn around. But
it's
I had a really good
it's
point.
know, it's late, man.
And
I'm gonna.
oh, customs. All right, now. This is another like your keys are in your pocket, but then they're in the refrigerator.
Mhm.
I had peanut butter, never opened, right over there, and I went to come back to the States, and you know I put it in my duffel bag or my sea bag, right? I get back here and I open it up because I had you know those locks, right, with the combo locks, you know,
Yeah.
4, 23,
Yeah.
62 or some shit, right? So it's like those kind of locks on my sea bag, and I'm like, you know, I was hungry and I got back here and you know food, and I'm like, well, I got some peanut butter, man, and opened up my shit, and I was like, customs took my peanut butter. And no, customs did not take my fucking peanut butter. Everything was in there except the peanut butter.
Yeah.
So it was a reality shift from where I put the motherfucking shit in here and nobody knows that combo, right?
Mhm.
14, whatever, you know, 2, 6, or whatever. You know, nobody knows that, but it was gone. Just like your keys, or, you know,
Did you ever
set
find
down
it?
something. No, I bought me some more peanut butter. But you know what I'm saying? I was just like, that's what I thought then. I was like,
Yeah.
wow, you know,
Somebody is fucking
the
with me.
U.S. government did not want me to bring over fucking peanut butter from fucking Europe, and that's just what
Yeah.
I thought at that time. But years later, I got to thinking about it. I'm like, that doesn't make no sense. You know?
Nah.
It
Yeah.
makes no sense, you know. So, but this place is magical, man. So yeah,
Yeah.
why not? You know, customs took my motherfucking peanut butter.
Yeah. I don't know how
Why
many
not? You
times.
know, I was hungry. It was just like my motherfucking my peanut butter.
I had garlic powder turn into onion powder,
Yes,
and I was pissed because
weird
I
shit
don't.
like that. Yes, me too.
I was like, what the fuck? I don't like onion powder. I don't. I've eaten this garlic powder before. I know it tasted like garlic. It said garlic on it, but now it says onion. Like,
Yep.
what the fuck? It smells like onion. What the fuck
Yep.
is it? How the fuck? And
I know.
it's crazy shit, man.
Yeah,
It
another
makes you.
version of you must really like garlic, you know. It's like,
I don't know, man. I don't.
yeah, but, yeah, I know.
It's weird, man. It's really weird. To
Yeah, and then you sit around here like I am, like, and you literally look around and you think you're like in a real. I mean, it feels, you know, and you look around, but what you've seen, observed, is so fucking beyond. But you still want to come back to like, you know,
I mean, what else do I have? I have to, man.
that's what we do. Yeah,
You just have to deal with it and just shrug it off and be like, if it changes, it changes.
you
Okay.
know, I've got things that have magically fixed themselves. I've got things that believe me, I fucking
I see.
kind of magically fix themselves, but they moved to another portion of the house, and you're like, okay, wait, so did I do that, or did it? And, I mean, that's not what I was going for, but you know, with water dripping through the roof and shit like that, and you just like, you got no money, so you just like,
Well, that's a good thing.
what, you know, and so,
It fixes itself. I
well,
have
man,
more shit.
and that's what I go for. Like, man,
Mhm.
you problems are going to fucking fix your motherfucking self. Is yeah, it's not. But again, it's just like, oh my god,
I have more shit.
what a world, what a world, what a world. But hey, brother, I'm gonna probably get off the phone here because I'm starting to feel really drunk.
I've had a few beers myself.
I drank that little glass of wine earlier, and it's kind of a tendency to kick my ass. And so,
Alright.
but I think we thank you for talking to me.
No, thank you, man.
And I think I don't know what the fuck if I was to know exactly from the beginning what all we talked about. But I think there's a lot of good stuff in there.
We've been all over the place.
All over the place, a lot of good stuff in there. Like the salad, you know, you got to pick out the tomatoes if you don't like tomatoes, and you know, you pick out the celery if you don't like celery, and you just go with it, and that's what's there, and that helps people.
Well, we've had like a couple of people pop in and then pop out. No, I've seen like 0 people here most of the time we've been talking. So
that's fine. You know, we're always here.
I'm not doing this for other people. This was like for me and you. You know?
Yeah, that's how I am, man. I'm here to talk to you. I want to talk to you, and you help me, and I help you in these weird fucking ways.
Exactly.
And, you know, if other people, you know, get anything or see it or whatever, that's fine.
Yeah.
You know, I've got videos from like fucking, my first year on YouTube, and all of a sudden something will happen and somebody will write me some weird shit, and either I go back to it or I don't. Depending, you know, and I'm like, how the fuck did you find this video? But you know, I put it out for those that happen to stumble upon it, basically. So
yeah, well, I'm probably
we are stumbled stones in the fucking sea, I guess. But
I mean, I feel like don't be offended, but I'm gonna take this down. I'm gonna put it on private.
Fine. No, that's fine, man. Put it on private. It's fine.
So
it is totally fine. I was just talking to you, and that's.
We can come back to it, or I can come back to it later, and
I probably
If we
won't
want to.
remember whatever, certain subjects I would, but I can't tell you exactly the entire conversation we've had tonight. But you
I'm
know
the
what I'm
same way,
saying?
man.
But I love you, brother, and that's fine. That sounds great.
Yeah.
Take it
very much.
down, and I just wanted to hit base with you.
I've pretty much made every live video I'm gonna do from now on. I'm not gonna keep up. I've pretty much made that decision.
Man, I
Just
know.
I feel
It's
feel
like
like
my videos. I'm sorry. I
it's
mean,
it's not that I'm like embarrassed or
no,
I feel like if it's meant for you to be in the conversation, you're gonna be here now in the
yes,
moment, and
exactly.
I'm gonna do another live stream whenever I do it, and whoever pops up in the conversation is gonna be in the conversation. It's
Yes.
a live thing, and it's gonna stay live and here and now, and
Mm.
it's not meant for.
That's I love that
uh,
because actually it is a live stream, and like if I
yeah,
go to make a video, I can kind of offset myself a bit, like because I make videos, right? I
yeah,
don't do live streams. I mean I go on live streams, but um, so if I make a video, it's literally a video of
yeah,
whatever time frame you want to connect to. But if it's a live stream, I totally get you, man. Yeah.
yeah. It
It's a
stays.
live stream, and
Yeah.
either you're there or you're not, and if you're not, it's not a video.
Yeah.
Kind of sort of way, I guess. Sorry, brother, man. I had a little bit of wine, so.
Yeah. All right, man. I love you, brother.
All right, love you too. Love you too, Crunchy. All right, have a good night, man.
All right, night.
All right, night, night. Bye bye.